like sentiment? Is it frustrating, disappointing, heartbreaking, anger? What would be at the top? Because there's all of them on there.
Sure.
As you weave through your emotions, but what's at the top?
Anger. Because I know, and you have too. I've been around this team so much. I just thought there was more balls. I thought there was more heart. I thought there was more pride for who they were as a basketball player, as a man. You get called out like that, that's not testing you as a basketball player. That's testing you as a human being, a man.
Yeah.
And they failed that test with a giant F in red, circle around it, see me after class. It's just anger that they are not who I thought they were.
Yeah, that was well said. Wow. Hard to really disagree and give you real pushback, especially about being called out and questioning your manhood. And it was so disappointing. And isn't it eerie almost how the response on the court matched the response into microphones?
Yes.
They wanted to act like they weren't being called out. And you know what it felt like? It almost felt like a junior, calling out a freshman. Like, dude, like, I'm coming down your hallway. Like, I'm coming down, and I'm going to beat your ass when I see you. And you acting like, unfortunately, I have to stay after for chem. I'm not going to be in that hallway. It's like, no, you don't even take chem.
Yeah.
And so it's one of these things where they shrunk. And David Adelman, before the series ever started, so this is in immediate availability. Really, it was after a practice, media availability before the series ever started. He was asked about the rivalry and asked about the emotion of the rivalry. And his response was bizarre. That almost set the tone for the lack of response that would come a week later when he's like, well, you don't really want to play with emotion. You want to play with a level head and be measured and all this stuff. And I'm like, you sound like someone who's never played sports.
At a high level, competitively.
Yeah, you sound like someone who never like saw your own reputation wrapped up in an athletic performance. And when he said, I don't want these guys playing with emotion, and then you get called out, and then there's the lack of response, you can tie it all the way back, because sports is about emotion. And the way that Adelman, and this is not all on Adelman by any means, but this is just where we're starting based on your answer to me on what was your number one emotion. Like, Adelman said actively multiple times during the series where he tried to separate the lack of competitiveness and just the level of compete with the basketball. And he's supposed to be this analytical, mad scientist, X's and O's, offensive coordinator genius. And you can't separate basketball from emotion. You can't separate basketball from competitiveness. Like, I know it's not football, but it's wildly physical. It's wildly tough. You're going to be challenged. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to have to be running on fumes.
It's a sport.
You need to find something. And to actively suppress the idea that those were the dynamics at play is wild. It was wild then, and it's even more wild looking back.
If I had a player on my rec team that said, hey, I don't really play with emotion, I'd go ahead and get up on out of here. We don't need that. Rec league basketball, Phil. And it's that of like I said, like, they aren't who I thought they were. And that's just a swift kick in the you-know-what of, like, I thought, first of all, take this microphone out of my face. This doesn't matter. As a fan is what I am first. As a fan, you ripped my heart out last night because I thought that this was a championship window with the best basketball player I'm ever going to see personally with my two eyeballs, that there'll be a statue, and if I ever have a kid or kids, I'll get to explain that to them someday.
Yep.
And now that comes with a caveat. Now that comes with, I'm going to explain it, but deep down inside I'm like, well, they're kind of chumps. You're kind of cowards. I can't get over that.
That's how I feel about it. And I expressed myself.
You did.
Going into Game 4, I think that was Game 4, where they got bullied. And everybody's like, now we have hope. We have hope. And it's like, why do we have hope now? Because Ant-Man's not playing? DiVincenzo's not playing? That's why we have hope? What about when they were playing and Jaden McDaniels was calling all you guys out, calling you know what, and you guys were just taking it? But now you're going to turn things around because the bully's gone or the big brother's gone now, and it's like now we can be the big brother? I didn't like that approach. I thought that was weak as hell. And it starts with, we can talk about David Adelman, but it does start with the players because I have always said this. Players make plays, players win games for you. They're the ones out there doing all the work. Somebody has to step up and make the plays. Somebody has to step up and say, enough's enough. I'm tired of getting my ass handed to me. I'm tired of being this punk, and you should be too. And nobody did that throughout this series. And that's the most disheartening thing about this is before this all happened and this series happened, going into this year, it was championship or bust. And yet we're out in the first round?
Crazy.
It's to the point, like, I think you guys would agree with this. We have a bad show. Is it Drew's fault? Is it Amanda's fault?
Right.
Or is it your guys' fault? Or is it my fault? Is it Cecil's fault?
Always our fault.
Right, 100% of the time. And I like what you're saying because we did it today too. David got plenty of blame.
Yeah.
But he was not the Nikola. I said Nikola's the reason it got that way. Nikola let it get to where it got, where they're getting their manhood stripped from them. You can't be the face of a franchise and allow what happened to happen and expect us all to be okay with it. Nobody with a brain is talking about losing Nikola Jokic. But the fact that he let it get there, it's like I said, I have a different view of who Nikola is. When you used to say Nikola Jokic, this vision popped into my head of like, I'm going to get to heaven and there's a corner of my heaven that has Nikola Jokic highlights playing and I just kick it over there and watch it. And now that's diluted. It doesn't feel the same.
Man, I'm not to that level, but I will tell you that, and Phil, I've said this to you for the last 3 years, the best teams are player-led, and Jokic is not a natural leader, and neither is Jamal. So now you're going down and we say, well, Aaron Gordon, he's the soul of the team. And well, who's the actual leader? And that's why I circle back to, and I'm not trying to pile on here because everyone's going to take their turn today, but that's why the hiring of David Adelman was doubly troublesome. Doubly. It was the lack of experience for sure.
But you've never liked the hire.
No,
even from the
no,
jump,
no,
you was the one that at least I know are like, look, I don't like it.
No. I don't think in this window of time, the most important window in the history of this organization, you entrust the job to someone who's never done it before. But what made it even more troublesome with the lack of experience stuff is that, boy, if you do not have natural leadership from a player standpoint, you have to go find that as a coach. Like Chris Finch, that dude's a leader. Michael Malone was a leader. Now, he wore out his welcome and all that stuff, and that era deserved to be moved on from as well, I think. But just because that is true with Michael Malone saying goodbye doesn't mean that Adelman was the answer. And when you have an interim coach and everyone knows him and feels comfortable with him, it's the easy hire and it's the cheapest hire. And they said they did a search. I'm still looking for the names a year later. I'm still looking for the names that they interviewed for their coaching hire.
Damn.
So they did the easy route. They went the cheap route, which, by the way, and I know you guys know this, but if you reverse engineer this far back enough, you're in this position because you let finances dictate what you did or didn't do with Tim Connolly. Mm-hmm. And that is, quite frankly, the conversation that I heard you mention cannot be had all over town today, all right? Because that single mistake that was based off hubris, that thinking that these executives are interchangeable parts was and is a lie. Full stop.
Or that those executives are respected at the rate that TC is across the league so you can make a phone call. Mm-hmm. You can check the temperature.
Yes.
Calvin didn't have the phone numbers to make the calls.
No.
And Tenzer and Wallace, who did an all right job, they're just getting their first kick at this. So who knows what their relationships look like.
You know what you do? You try to get this man on the phone, Tim Conley, and be like, dude, I'm sorry.
It's over, bro. No.
Like, I'm sorry. Please, just come back.
You'll have to hope that the Timberwolves get sold again. And by the way, there is rumors that there is a house of cards financially behind the scenes with Jeff Lurie and Alex Rodriguez. We'll see how that plays out. But you had them, and the ship sailed. And like the fact that, I mean, this is a script. This is a script. The fact that you let that guy walk out the door after building a championship contender, and he literally, in short order, I mean, he was being called a psycho for trading 4 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert. How does that look these days, right? Getting rid of Karl Anthony Towns and bringing in someone like that guy literally constructed a roster to beat you. Now, will they go win a championship? Probably not, especially with all the injuries and everything like that.
No.
But I just think it should not be lost on anyone that you are in this position at the hands of a guy that you wouldn't pay.
Yeah.
That should disturb Nuggets fans. That should disturb Nuggets Nation.
My lady's out of town this weekend. I'm going to eat my weight in ice cream to get through this weekend. That's how I'm going to eat my feelings the entire weekend.
You're going to do some skateboarding too? Kick,
pizza.
push,
I might do a little
push,
skating.
coast.
The skateboarding's taken a backseat to the golfing. I've got
Okay.
a slight
All right.
addiction to golfing.
Yeah, I'm playing this weekend too.
Nice.
I'm playing while fired up.
Nice.
All right,
Have a good show,
Dover,
boys.
have a great weekend. The Nuggets had a nuclear loss last night that capped off one of the most dramatic first-round exits in recent memory. And that's literal, and we'll tell you why next.
The Avalanche, the Wild. Round 2. This is where the real battle begins. Score! Every game gets bigger. Every hit gets harder. Every moment matters more. Our guys are in the locker room. Our shows are locked in on every matchup, every adjustment, and every shift in momentum. On your morning commute, on your lunch break, on your drive home. Our shows have you covered from puck drop to final buzzer and everything in between. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. Get 3-year-old trees. Easy to haul, carry out sizes, including 7 to 8 foot tall autumn blaze maple, now only $139.99. 8 to 10 foot tall sunburst honey locust trees are now only $139.99. And 6 to 8 foot honey crisp apple trees, now only $139.99.
You
Come
take
see.
I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Growing a business is hard enough. Figuring out where to advertise shouldn't be a thing that holds you back. Your customers are listening to this station. Heck, you are. They're streaming Denver's biggest games on their TVs. They're tuned into the podcasts everyone's talking about. We help you show up in all 3 with one plan, one team, and results you can actually see. We've helped businesses like yours grow for years. Let us show you how. Visit DenverSports.com and click Advertise with Us.
The cost of living isn't just high, it's exhausting. If you've been leaning on credit cards lately just to cover the basics like groceries, gas, and utility bills, you're essentially paying a survival tax of 20% interest or more. Why keep handing your hard-earned paycheck to the big banks when you could keep it for your family? My friends at American Financing have a better way. They're helping homeowners tap into their equity to pay off high-interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month, nearly $10,000 a year back in your pocket. It's not just a loan, it's a total financial reset. It takes just 10 minutes to find out what you could save. No upfront fees and no obligation to talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. Here's the kicker. Start today and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, America's home for home loans. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Friday, May 1st. And as we turn to a new month, we potentially turn to a new era of Denver Nuggets basketball. And there will be a time to talk about that just a little bit later in the show, later next week. The body is still warm here after what happened last night.
Is it? Is it, Z?
The body is still warm. I mean, we're not 12 hours removed from it. Or, yeah, I guess we are 12 hours removed from it. Not 24 hours removed from it. Rigor mortis is setting in.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a nuclear loss. Truly, if you wanted to make the argument that last night, and by the way, you could have done this earlier in the series in Game 4, but last night was different. If you wanted to make the argument that last night was the single worst loss in the history of the Denver Nuggets, you can squarely make the argument. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, man? It hurts me that I even have to say that because I am not feeling good about things today, Z. I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm mad. Everything in between. I really want to keep the dump button right here. That's how mad I am. And the dump button, guys, and I'm not going to do it today, and I used to. If you cuss, Z usually would hit this red button. That would help me out and kind of block things. So we're definitely not going to go that route. But
Haven't done that in a while.
I know, man.
A couple of years, honestly.
You know, are you proud of me?
I am.
All right. I'm not feeling good, man. I'm upset. I'm upset of the way that the Denver Nuggets approached the game. I'm upset that the Denver Nuggets were even in this situation. All right. And I'm upset with everybody on the damn team, from the coach to the players, Jokic being one of them. And there's a lot of questions that I'm going to ask you and questions that I want answers for. That maybe I don't get them, Z, but it sucks, man. It sucks that the Denver Nuggets are at home. There's no more playoffs for them. They get beat in the first round to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are down and out and hurt and injured. And we're sitting here talking about today and not talking about a damn win.
It's hard to believe that. Not only, you know, let me in some ways pay off the tease here, because I said last night capped off one of the most dramatic first-round exits in recent memory. And I know there's someone out there that doesn't want to hear that and will try to, you know, turn it back on me. Well, he's being dramatic. No. Guys, the Nuggets lost in the first round, in which they were favored in every single game.
That's wild.
I can't believe it's true. A team with championship aspirations lost in the first round, in which they were favored in every single one of the games. In fact, the Wolves, to start this series, where a plus 275 favorite, meaning a $100 bet on the Wolves to win the series, would have gave you a net winnings of $275. That's almost 3-1. Guys, it's the third biggest first-round upset since 2014 by the odds. Every 3 to 4 years, you get a stunning first-round upset like this, and the Nuggets were playing the role of the team getting knocked out. And it's so hard, if not impossible, to reconcile that in a gotta-have-it game with no Anthony Edwards, no Dante DiVincenzo, and no Ayo Dosunmu, all missing the game. And you lose, and not just lose, you lost by double figures. And the Timberwolves winning that game last night without the 22 points a night from Ayo, the 19 points a night, and these are in this series.
Yeah.
19 points a night from Ant-Man and the 11 points a night from Dante DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves last night became the first team in NBA history to win a playoff game while missing 3 or more players who all averaged double-figure point per game in that series. Guys, in some ways, last night was unprecedented. In other ways, it was just alongside other historical first-round upsets. But in all ways, it is one of the most dramatic first-round exits in recent NBA memory.
This stuff's embarrassing, man. Supposedly, we have the greatest player to play the game. All right, his Robin, Jamal Murray, who has had a great year this year, he's healthy. So the two-man game alone should have been able to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. And yet, they did not win. Z, it's all about heart at some point. It's like, when are you going to just say, screw it, and I'm going to fight for this?
They never found that gear. And last night was not, in this series, and is there nuance, is there layers of basketball and all that? There is. Of course there is. It's the NBA postseason. But this loss last night in this series was not about the X's and O's. It was about intensity. It was about heart. It was about fortitude. It was about willpower.
Who wanted it more?
No doubt.
Who wanted it more?
And the answer, again and again, was not the Denver Nuggets. It just wasn't. And it's there are a lot of emotions here. There was moments of anger, frustration, just like
confused.
Yeah. Like I'm watching the game, like I can't believe this is happening. And I said that last night so many times in my living room. Some version of that, like I can't believe this is happening. This is crazy. And the longer the game kept going on, the reality of the situation just became like to crystallize. And I'm like, this is going to happen.
Well, to you, Z, when did you realize that this was done?
That's a great question,
Like when
Phil.
did you're sitting on your couch and you're like, you know what?
I have it.
This is done.
I think I have it. In the second half when Minnesota got the rebound after the free throw and everyone just stood around. Like they didn't realize, like sometimes my little guys in 7-year-old basketball, they don't realize like it's shot number 2. Like when it hits that rim, like you got to go get it. And when I saw 3 different Denver Nuggets stand around like they're waiting for the bus and watch the basketball like hit the floor damn near. And it was Rudy's. It was when Gobert missed both.
Yes.
It was when Gobert missed both. That's what it was. Rudy Gobert goes to the free throw line, misses both, and it didn't matter because they collected the rebound and scored. And it's in the second half, and they have a lead, and it's like a 2-possession game, I think, at the moment. And I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, it's a heart issue. It's a cardiac issue.
You know, for me, Z, the one, and there was still a lot of time left. But when Jokic lost his cool with 4 fouls, and it seemed like, it was like, this man, if he keeps going, could get ejected. It seemed like he wanted to leave. He didn't want to be a part of this.
When he was in the scuffle with Clark?
Yes.
Well,
Z, and then when nobody came
got
to
baited.
help.
Well, that was different. That's a different issue.
Even when you get baited, it's like, dude, you are the team right now. You're the only one. You and Cam Johnson, and I know they're baiting you. They
definitely did.
You have 4 fouls, and if you leave this game, what are people going to be saying about you? That you punked out, that you found a way out of this because you didn't want to be a part of it because you were that frustrated. And Jokic was frustrated all night.
No doubt.
You saw it in his face, him putting his hands on his head when things weren't going right for his teammates. It was all over his face. And my man was so frustrated that he was almost going to be taking out the games. That's when I knew. I was like, they don't have it.
Yeah.
They don't have it.
So that was unfortunate, and you referenced it, but I want to bring light to it. When that scuffle happened and 5 Minnesota Timberwolves sprint over to try to get a piece of Jokic, and only Tim Hardaway can be found in the frame. 3 other Denver Nuggets just completely missing. And like you can say, well, that was after the whistle. That's not even basketball. No, that was a microcosm of the lack of toughness.
That's brotherhood right there.
No doubt.
It's like that's your brother,
no
man.
doubt.
You let somebody whoop your brother's ass and you didn't do anything about it.
And it's Jokic. And the fact that no one... Anyway, another moment was when Jalen Clark banged in that 3.
Yeah.
When there's 24 seconds on the shot clock and the Denver Nuggets guarded for 23 of the 24. And Clark caught it and put it up, and it was bottoms. And I'm
Place
like...
erupted.
I'm just like, this is happening. And, it's just one of these things where at a certain point in the game, it was just like, this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. This season's going to come to a close. And the fact that they won by double figures, it's nuts. It's disturbing.
And held the Nuggets to 98 points.
98 points. Third time this series, the Nuggets couldn't hit 100. And I want to bring that back up here because the Nuggets scored fewer than 100 twice in 82 games, and both games Jokic didn't play. So you failed to reach 100 more times in 6 games than you did in 82. That, like, where's the aspirin? Like, that should give you a headache. And the reality is, Denver on their title run went 16-4. I'll never forget it. Since then, in the postseason, Phil, they're 16-16. They're perfectly average. But there's a cruel irony that unfolded last night when it comes to one Denver Nugget. We'll get there next.
The Nuggets season is over as the shorthanded Timberwolves send the Nuggets home. Jamal Murray, nowhere to be found. Jaden McDaniels jawed all series, then proved it on the floor. This was supposed to be a run. Instead, it's an embarrassment. And now as banners fade and questions roar, are franchise-altering changes coming to the Mile High City? This offering promises chaos, tough decisions, and a radically different future. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, Denver's playoff headquarters.
What's going on, gentlemen? It is Friday, and what does that mean? It means tomorrow is Saturday, then you have Sunday, so those are 2 days off, hopefully, if you get those days off, to have a little bit of fun with your significant other. But you know what? If ED, otherwise known as erectile dysfunction, is getting in your way, guys, you know it's an intimacy destroyer, and research out there shows that men could draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner could blame themselves when ED becomes a problem, and nobody's partner should be blaming themselves. And I'm here to tell you that my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they're here to help you out because their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of their treatments that they have will have you last an hour or even more if you have that much stamina. And all you have to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, which will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the thing, gentlemen, if the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you as well, so there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and of course, Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger, to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR, AdvancedHair.com.
You look around you. You see so many people trying to control one another. And when that happens, there's sadness, fear, and in some cases, combat. You want your life to be different. My name is Glenn Jamron. I'm president of Alpine Banks of Colorado, members FDIC. You've learned that everything starts within yourself. You know that making your own choices feels good. Yes, it takes work, because you want to make sure good things follow. You've taught Alpine Bank that blazing your own trails can be more than daring. It can be tremendously gratifying. Suddenly others notice. They too begin to follow their own unique paths. Independence is your commitment. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado, and you.
Brenda Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Cecil Lammy here from my friends at windownation.com. I know that May's weather is pretty nice, but you don't have to wait until the heat hits in May and beyond to try and avoid high energy bills. You need to upgrade your home's windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows. You get new energy efficient ones from windownation.com, and you get half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down. Schedule your fast, free consultation now at windownation.com.
Waking up drained? Mattress Firm sleep experts will help you find the right bed for deeper rest at the Memorial Day sale. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Sunday night on The Fan. Texas faces Detroit in baseball action starting at 5.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
There's a cruel irony that unfolded last night when it comes to one Denver Nugget, and I do mean cruel. Phil.
Who are we talking about first?
Jamal Murray comes up in the smallest way that you could possibly imagine a max player coming up in a game that you had to have or your season's over. But what makes it cruel and ironic is that it's on the heels of the best season that this dude has ever had. But you got the version of him that is its very, very, very worst last night. I don't know if we've seen Jamal Murray play a worse game with stakes in his entire career.
You don't think this year, that Lakers game? That was big at the moment.
Dude,
right? That was big.
That's not comparable to the NBA
And
postseason
you're
and a
right.
winner-go-home game.
Yeah, you are right about that. For Jamal, it's like, where are you at? When you need to be at your best, you are not. And you sat there and you watch Jokic. And you sat there and you watch Cam Johnson do more than you.
Isn't that nuts?
What in the world is going on? And it's not like Jamal's hurt. He's healthy.
He is.
Jaden McDaniels wore that man. See, I'm going to take it from you right now. I'm sorry, man. Well,
you say it more than I do.
I do. I'm sorry,
like
man.
3-to-1 ratio.
There we go. Wore that man's skin.
He did.
Truly.
He did.
Punked him.
That's why I said that phrase initially years ago, is for instances like this.
Just like this.
Just like this. Like it's that phrase is tailor-made. Like if Jamal Murray was a animal out in the wild, like Jaden McDaniels hunts him down, kills him, skins him, and Jamal Murray's head is like on the top of his, like one of those big lion rugs. Like literally. It was emasculating, Phil. It was just a poisonous performance from a max player that went 4 of 17. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Like we're all emotional today. Jamal Murray should definitely be emotional. He should be waking up saying, what in the world just happened to me?
Phil, it's funny you say that. Did you guys see him on the court last night? In the one moment that the camera caught him, it looked like he was crying on the court.
Yeah. It looked like
I never
Jaden
seen
McDaniels
that.
was whooping his ass so bad that he was crying like, "Mommy,
Literally,
come help me out."
Literally, dude, you know who he looked like? And this is so, and I'm going to use the word ironic again. Do you remember when Cam Johnson during the season was struggling so bad, and I forget who they played, and maybe someone remembers, where he had like 0 points or 2 points?
And he went to the podium and he was crying?
It was in the locker room. Vic Lombardi was asking him, and he was talking to him, and he was like literally like on the verge of tears. Jamal Murray had that look in his face last night on the court. He was so confused and bewildered, like how he was. It wasn't even about him scoring. Jamal couldn't get shots off, Phil. He couldn't get shots off.
He couldn't get the separation too. And even when he did have an opportunity, he second-guessed himself. He wouldn't take the shot, Z. There would be times where he would be open with the two-man game, and he was waiting for Jokic to come back around to pass him the ball.
Dude, I'm disturbed. Like legit, I'm disturbed from what I saw from Jamal Murray last night. When Jamal Murray was on the court, Phil, the Nuggets were outscored by 18 points. He was a minus 18. No one else on the Denver Nuggets was worse than a minus 9. I'm not great at math, but 9 like times 2 is 18. So he had a twice as worse plus minus as anyone else on the club last night. And I don't know, man, because I'm thinking of last year too. Do you remember his performance in Game 7 against Oklahoma City?
Oh, yeah. MIA. Horrible.
6 for 16 for 13 points, and now we have 4 for 17 for 12 points. So you, in year over year in elimination games, you actually took more shots this time around, made less for less points. I don't know how, Phil, I am like.
Like, you need these players. Like, we know that these players are good. Jamal Murray's good. Helped us win a championship. We know they're going to win a lot of games in the regular season.
Yep.
But the reason why you're getting paid so much money is because when the postseason comes rolling around, you're the best version of yourself. And you have the experience to be able to go out there and do it every single game. You are relied on, and yet you do not show up. It's like, and I look at it like this. We're dads, Z. Mm-hmm. We go to work every day for our family. We have to show up for our family every single day. Guys out there and men and women have to show up for their family every single day. The minute that we don't, our kids suffer. For Jamal Murray, they needed you, right? The team needed you, and you did not show up. What were you doing, man? That's punk stuff. It's irritating. I know it's sports, and I know you can have off days, but when you're getting paid a lot of money and you're an all-star, you don't have a room for off days. Yeah. You can't have an off day.
Yeah.
You can't.
So, you know, I gave you a hard time for overusing my phrase.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember the phrase that you used to use? And maybe I
started listeing to you so much. I got my own damn phrases.
No, they're just mine, repackaged.
Oh, okay, here we go.
You remember you used to say, hold my pocket?
Yes.
That was Jaden McDaniels to Jamal Murray.
That's like a prison term.
It is a prison term. And what it is, and let's, just.
Yeah, go ahead, break it down.
When you're in prison and someone's holding your pocket, they're your property.
Yep.
They are your B word.
Yep.
Right? That's what Jaden McDaniels did to Jamal Murray for 4 quarters and really all series. Said, hold my pocket.
Hold my pocket.
It's disturbing. And I don't know, like, I don't know how you move forward here. And we're going to have some big picture conversations here. But this really bothered me. This was Jamal Murray after the game.
Well, if you saw the interviews, all of them were excited to play us. They got up to play us. They enjoyed playing us, and we have to match that. We have to feel the same way about them, and I'm sure we will next year. So they took this matchup, could say, kind of personal, and wanted it really bad, and we got to want it more. And I got respect for those guys. They play hard, they played physical, and they beat us.
I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to pile on today. That quote is horrible. That it seemed like they wanted it more than us. They get up to play us. It's personal for them. We have to match that, and we have to find a way to do that if we play them next year.
And then saying, I got a lot of respect for him.
Dude.
Man, what?
Dude. One, you're not playing Minnesota for the Denver Nuggets next year for a multitude of reasons we'll get into. But 2, they get up to play us? That they take it personal? Jamal, you were throwing a heat pack on the floor in Game 5. You let them. They have the greatest Game 7 comeback in the history of the NBA on your floor in this era, and you're saying that next time we play them we have to take it personal. This was the rubber match, guys. This was the rubber match. You won a championship, and you said your toughest series was Minnesota in the first round. Then they circled back and beat you. This was the rubber match.
Beat you without a bunch of their starters.
Bro, like, I that quote disturbed me. That they take it personal. We need to get up for them next time. Well, there might not be a next time, Jamal. There might not be a next time.
You know who's in my head? It's like, what would Kobe Bryant say at this moment?
Oh, my gosh.
See, what would he say if something like that, and I don't know if something like that has ever happened to him, to be honest with you, getting knocked out in the first round.
I actually think it did. It was either the first or second round. They got swept by Dallas at the end of the Gasol, Andrew Bynum era. Remember when Andrew Bynum knocked J.J. Barea out of the air? So they got swept, but I don't know if that was the first round.
Oh, no matter what, in my head, I can see Kobe Bryant right now saying, job wasn't finished and we weren't ready for it, and now we're going home and I'm mad as hell because of it. Going to the gym the next day and you're not getting a lot out of him but just basketball, straight basketball. And for Jamal, it looks like it's okay. Better luck next year. We all go get some ice cream. Come on, man.
All right, what did we make of the game that Nikola Jokic had with the season on the line? That's next.
The second round is set, and the star power is undeniable. The Avalanche finally has its answer, the Minnesota Wild. For the 4th time in playoff history, the Avs and Wild, with the spotlight blazing, Nathan MacKinnon's speed and force against Kirill Kaprizov's style and swagger. A superstar matchup on the blue line with Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes. Superstars rivalry, Avs, Wild, round 2, coming soon. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hello?
Hey sis, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsburg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsberg.com.
How about 60 seconds that'll make you actually feel good for a change? Hey, Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. You've heard me talk about the best free meal in Denver. And I had some listeners that had heard me talk about how I used to love to make brisket, but with outrageous beef prices, we just couldn't afford to do it anymore. We can't afford to feed that many people. Well, a guy, Barbecue Bob, showed up to one of our first and third Thursdays with a couple $1,000 of brisket so he could just help people. We're going to make free brisket here coming up in the next couple months for our best free meal in Denver. And then another guy, Fred, who runs the Ace Hardwares over on Gartrell Road and Arapahoe Crossing. He said, from now on, all your fuel you need for that barbecue is on me. And another guy, Bobby Hancock from IHOP. He fed our volunteers and gave thousands of dollars worth of gift certificates to our people that take advantage of the best free meal in Denver. If you want to help, you can. Just spread the word. It's the best free meal in Denver every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. It's at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. And if you have any questions, just call us at 303-LAW-4040.
Hey guys, boy Steve here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
They'll tell you marketing is complicated, that you need a dozen platforms, 100 dashboards, and a prayer. Forget that. Your customers are right here, listening to this station. Heck, you are right now. Tonight, they're streaming Denver's biggest games. Tomorrow, they're locked into the most talked about podcasts on the planet. We put you in all of it. Radio, streaming, TV, audio, one team, clear data, real results. We've been growing businesses like yours for years. Visit DenverSports.com and click the Advertise With Us button. That's DenverSports.com. Let's get to work.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is goalie. Goalie. Text goalie to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's goalie to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
What did we make of the game that Nikola Jokic had with the season on the line? The Joker goes for 28, 9, and 10 on 11 of 19 shooting from the floor. Not that we have to, dive deep into some of his, analytics or anything from last night. Just looking at it from a human standpoint, you had eyes on every possession of the game, just like I did. How did you think Jokic played?
You know what, Z? I will say this. He had better touch in that game, right? Where he was getting to the rim, having some of those fadeaway shots fall for him. 3-point line still, he struggled at that 3-point line. And he was trying. I think that he needed more help. Cam Johnson helped him out, but you need Jamal Murray. If Jamal Murray tacks on his 25 points, Z, you said 28 points, it frees Jokic up.
Yep.
But once everybody started to say, okay, Christian Brown, non-factor. That man's just sitting there watching the game. He might as well have sat on the couch with me last night.
Let's put a pin in him.
Pin in that.
Even though you probably wanted to literally put a pin in his body last night.
Exactly.
We'll circle back to him.
You have to keep your eye on Cam Johnson because he actually was giving you points. And then at some point they were like, you know what? Jamal Murray, Jay McDaniels is locking him up. Like, we're going to just let Jay McDaniels deal with Jamal, and we're going to all try to sell out on Jokic, and that's exactly what they did. So when I look at Jokic, he tried. He got his points. He would have had more if everybody else would have done their damn job and spaced the floor out. All right, but they did not space the floor out. Rudy Gobert was sitting there happy as hell because he's saying, look, I'm getting help when I need it in the paint. And when I don't need the help, I'm being physical and I'm out rebounding his ass. So for Jokic, yes, he had a horrible series. I did not like his series with the Minnesota Timberwolves, but he did his part, and he would have done more if everybody else around him would have helped out.
Yeah, so I see it similarly as you do. Jokic was not the problem last night. Now, I also, in pockets of the game, did not think he was enough of the solution.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're listing a list of problems that the Nuggets had last night, he's not near the top. Now, he does have the responsibility, so I know he's going to get levied criticism, and I get that. Heavy is the head. You have the crown on your head. I get that. God, does it feel like his defense has gotten worse?
It feels like he's not trying on defense.
Yeah.
It feels like he does not care about defense, and it's all about just scoring points. And he's looking around for somebody to help out, but it's like, Jokic, nobody is helping out.
No.
You need to do your part. You're a big man still. You're not a shooting guard. You are a big man. They need your presence. They need you to get some rebounds and play a little bit of defense.
And this is where missing Aaron Gordon is just everything. Because AG does hide and mask a lot of Jokic's defensive struggles because he helps him on the backside so often. And then when you remove him from the equation, like the amount of finishes at the rim in this series, like if someone put together like a compilation of all the finishes at the rim, I mean, it'd probably take 4 or 5 minutes to get through. I mean, it was disturbing. Last night, the Timberwolves scored 64 points in the paint. They scored 110.
What did they score? Was it week 3 or week 4? Was it that when they scored 68 points in the paint?
It was game...
or game 4?
Yeah, I think it was game 4. Yes, it was game 4. They scored 68 points in the paint. That should be impossible in an NBA game that people are trying. But to your point, as much offense as he brings to the table defensively, he's close to enough. And he has games where he's disruptive with his hands and stuff and ends up with 4 or 5 steals, and that sort of supplements his defense. But like on nights like last night and for the majority of this series, like he is close to a 0. And it's such a problem. And it to the point where Jaden McDaniels, after the second game, puts it on blast. After 2 games in the series, not on a podcast reflecting on the series, during this series was like, yeah, we don't care if Jokic is down there. We have better athletes. We'll go finish over the top of them.
And he went out there and he showed it.
Over and over and over again.
He talked the talk and literally showed it, and Jokic didn't do anything about it. It's like, yo, do something. I don't care. Like, get a flagrant. Do something.
Yeah. Honestly, like maybe, think about putting someone on their ass. Like it's 1984. And I know that's not sustainable, but at least you make people think about it. You make people think about before they drive it down your throat. Well, I do remember the one time that someone got knocked out of the air and he took that flagrant. We had to stop the game for 4 minutes because we weren't sure if Julius Randle was going to get up or whatever. Like, at least plant the seed. And it's not good. It's awful.
And you know what? I don't know how many people out there are going to be happy with me, but I can't
join the
here
club
today. Yeah, I don't want to be like that. They usually love me.
Start talking about Bo's ankles. They will not be so happy.
Well, I'm getting ready to talk about Jokic right now. I can't call Jokic the greatest player to play right now.
Yeah.
And you look like this. You don't play defense. You don't get your team out the first round of the NBA playoffs. Right now, Jokic is not the greatest player to play the game.
Yeah. I remember sort of laying that groundwork for myself as well, just warning our audience. If anyone out there wants to, I get it. You have material to still make the argument, but that crown is about right here and right now. That's a title that you hold. You have to defend that title. It's not a lifetime achievement. And unfortunately, in the game of basketball, when you're the best player in the world, man, it would have to be some wild circumstance for you not to get out of the first round. The problem is the wild circumstance was what was facing Minnesota.
Come on, dude. And that stuff hurts me, man, to say that. Jokic's not the greatest player to play right now because he doesn't play defense. Yes, he'll get the triple-doubles. He'll get the assists. All right, and he doesn't have a killer mentality. He doesn't have the, I'm going to take the game over. I don't care who it is, where it's at. And that's what he's missing. And I thought he had it. Truly.
All right, RamosLaw.com text line is open for you, 303-713-1043. The Nuggets season did come to a close last night. Did an era close with it? We'll continue that conversation next.
With Bo Nix having to get more work done on his injured ankle, could that spell future problems for the Broncos QB?
No one is going to want to hear what I have to say, but this will not be the last time. I'm just telling you.
With the ankle?
With an ankle issue with Bo Nix. I'm telling you on Wednesday, April 29th. It's not because it brings me joy or glee. It's not because I want to, but based on the evidence that I have. I hope I'm wrong, but I said I was really concerned about this after it happened and derailed the trip to the Super Bowl, and he's got another surgery on the ankle before he plays a down after that latest ankle injury.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Max HELOC is a game changer and can lower your bill significantly without affecting your current loan. How much savings depends on your unique situation, but you could borrow $250,000 with a payment option as low as $495 a month. Consolidate your debts and make life a lot easier. We make it easy to save, and you don't need perfect credit either. U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all, 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Cecil Lammy here for my friends at SodaDietNutrition.com. Now, 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds because of soda, and I'm never going back. I've never gained the weight back. I never will, because SodaDietNutrition.com, they taught me how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. It's simply magnificent. I want you to call them up, 866-800-SODA, where you can join Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Soda weight loss is now SodaDietNutrition.com, and you've got to have these guys on your side, because the weight loss journey, it can be tough. There can be struggles. Having a real nutritionist there available via text to help you out with any sort of questions, concerns, sometimes it's just straight up encouragement. It's SodaDietNutrition.com, and there's no mystery pills, mystery injections, any mystery chemicals you're putting in your body. You're doing it the right way. Learn how. Join the program. SodaDietNutrition.com, 866-800-SODA, because SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
What's up, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. Reclaim your freedom to move, explore, and live life on your own terms. If degenerative joints are trapping you in pain, Regen RX's natural stem cell or PRP therapy sets you free, using your body's own natural ability to heal. Regain the freedom you've been missing. Get your totally free consultation today and see if it's the right move for you. Give my friends at RegenRx a call today at 303-630-9770 or visit them at regenrx.co. That's regenrx.co, and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Tune in Tuesday afternoons for Injury Insights with Zach Bai and Dr. Joseph Ramos to hear the latest injury news on your local teams and around the world of sports. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
It's here, and Permagreen's got it. Hi, I'm Roxy Vendina for Permagreen's new Canadian Sphagnum Peat Moss, now available at Home Depot. It's the perfect conditioner for Colorado's clay alkaline soils. You don't need a miracle, you need Permagreen.
Lowest rate for life. It's our trademarked and most innovative product in the entire mortgage industry. Lock in your savings today, and if rates fall in the future, even as little as 0.5%, we will redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. Always have the best rate and maximize your savings. It's only at U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all. 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE, or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach Bai and Phillip Lindsay.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Sunday night on The Fan. Texas faces Detroit in baseball action starting at 5.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach Bai and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than the Nuggets lasted in the playoffs. Damn! God almighty.
I kept shaking my head yesterday. I'm like, I can't believe this. I cannot believe that the Denver Nuggets are done. Literally in the first round.
First round exit. Couldn't force a game 7. I go back and forth between wanting to like shout from the rooftops a million different things and opinions and going silent and just being dumbfounded and just being confused. Like, wow, like this happened. It's shocking. It is shocking for me. It is. And maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe it shouldn't be. We had sort of questioned this team all year, would go back and forth, and are they really a contender? And, you know, I would continuously to provide my own self-hope, draw from the past. How many times I say, well, I've seen them do it, right? I've seen them do it. And at a certain point, though, you lose the benefit of the doubt. Like, you're not standing in the shadow of that banner from 2023 anymore.
That's over. That's in the past. That's something for Jokic and Jamal and the guys that won it. When you're done playing, you're going to go back and you're going to talk about it. And you're going to have time to reminisce on how it was done. But right now, you're in the now. All right, be where your feet are. And where your feet are and what you're doing is not good enough if you're the Denver Nuggets. What Jokic did during that series was not good enough. What Jamal Murray did in that series was not good enough. And now it's like you got to restart. You got to go back all over to game 1, week 1, and build and work your way back up to the playoffs.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the next time they'll have an opportunity to compete in the NBA playoffs, the year will be 2027. Think about that. That's their next crack at this. The calendar will read April 2027 for a first-round series beginning next year. It's disturbing. It is. And that's why the biggest questions should absolutely be on the table. On paper, I thought this could have been the best Denver Nuggets team in the Jokic era. And I thought the depth, would shine and keep Jokic off his legs in games like last night. And that didn't turn out to be the case at all. Really. At all. 2 players play double-digit minutes off the bench. 2. That's it. Tim Hardaway Jr., who played 21 minutes. And, it's actually 3.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown played 14, and Tyus Jones played 12. The fact that Tyus Jones had to play 12 minutes and was logging fourth-quarter minutes in a closeout game and was actually, and I'm just going to keep it a buck here, he was actually having more success with the ball in his hands than Jamal was.
Oh, no doubt. Watching them games, Tyus was able to get around defenders. He was able to set things up for Jokic. And it's crazy that this man was a late addition.
Yeah, he was a buyout guy. He was on the street. The Nuggets add him, and he's in the fourth quarter with the ball in his hands in a potential closeout game. It's really crazy, man. It's really crazy. And you take 10 steps back, and you see that after the title run, which the team went 16-4, in 3 playoff sequences since then, this Denver Nuggets team has 16 wins and 16 losses. Perfectly average. And now I'm trying to retroactively, in my head, were they ever a true contender this year? Were we talking ourselves into it? And I think the answer to that question is yes, they were. The problem is, I think when they were a true contender with legitimate aspirations to win it all, it was October and November. Before Aaron Gordon got hurt and they had their full complement of guys, you got to remember, after 12 games, and Minnesota was their 12th game, by the way, and the Denver Nuggets blew them out. They won by double figures. They were 10-2 after 12 games. They were 12-3 after 15 games. And then Gordon got hurt, and then P. Watt gets hurt, and then Jokic gets hurt, and it's been a disjointed season, but no excuses. Half of the NBA storylines this year were guys getting banged up.
See, I think we need to start asking questions before the year starts for the Denver Nuggets moving forward. When you look at the Spurs, they play good defense.
Yep.
When you look at the Thunder, they play great defense.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the Denver Nuggets, they don't play great defense at all.
I thought they were going to flip a switch, though.
That's what they told us.
For months at a time.
That's what they told us.
We talked about how their defense was disturbing to watch.
No such thing as flipping a switch when you don't have that switch to flip. No such thing as flipping a switch when you don't even know how to play defense to start in the regular season. All right, it's a mentality thing that the Denver Nuggets are lacking. An identity thing. They want to score all the points in the world. But if you don't play defense, you don't win. Hockey, you got to play defense. What's the one thing that Jared Bednar talked about how he was pleased with the Avs? He was pleased that the Avs played defense on the blue line, right? Played a physical, aggressive defense. He was pleased with that. All right, you go to football. Defense, in my opinion, wins you championships. The Denver Broncos had a phenomenal defense and kept the Denver Broncos in it, even in the AFC Championship game.
That's right.
Where they held the Patriots to 10 points.
Yep.
That's great defense.
And how was the Patriots' defense? Pretty damn good.
Exactly.
How was Seattle's defense? Pretty damn good.
Yeah, really great. And so you're looking at the Nuggets, and the Nuggets don't play defense at all. And that right there is the deciding factor of, are you going to win a championship or are you not? You can't flip a switch. You have to have it in you already.
And you need to at least have some semblance of it. It can't be a zero. You don't have to be a top 3 defense in the NBA to win the championship. But you can't be 27th either. That's what Denver was. They were a bottom 5 defense all season long. And it's almost like in life, it doesn't work like this either. You have terrible habits in all facets of your life, but you know you're starting a new job. You're like, but as soon as I start that first day, everything about me is going to change. It's like, probably not. It might be a day or two. You probably settle back in to your habits that make you the person that you are. And that was Denver. They were a terrible defense. You could get away with, they had the number 1 offense, but you got to have the 11th, 10th, defense, not 27th. And so that was a problem all season long. And then, but also this group, they lacked a hunger, Phil. They lacked a component of the heart, man. They lacked a chip on their shoulder, majorly. In fact, it was almost like this group operated at times like they were owed something. You hear Chris Finch talk to his group. You talk about a chip on the shoulder.
They took it personal. Denver had the chance to pick who they wanted to play coming down the stretch, and they chose us. And we used that as a motivation all the way through preparation and through the series. They chose us. They didn't have to choose us. They chose us, and our guys were up for the challenge of that.
Man, that's a 13-second clip, and he said they chose us 4 separate times.
They chose us.
Driving it into their heads, they want you. And so, and by the way, let me share this real quick, because I didn't before. In in the pregame leading up to Game 4, I told you that Tim Connolly, or maybe it was Game 3, I told you that Tim Connolly came and found me.
Yeah, you guys had a conversation.
And we had a conversation. And I am very fond of Tim, and I've openly admitted that. I know some people around here, they don't like him because he's working for the enemy. That was KSE's choice. That was KSE's choice.
That was wrong choice.
It was, right? And
Look
we
what
hold
the man's doing to us now.
We hold these truths self-evident. It's right there, self-evident. But what I said, I made a reference that the Nuggets wanted to play Houston. And Tim almost snapped at me. He was like, no, they didn't. This man, and I didn't share it at the time because it's in the middle of the series. I just don't want to say everything that gets told to me, but I feel comfortable now that this is over. Man, he knew every rotation that the Nuggets played the last 3 games of the year.
Damn.
Phil, he knew every rotation. So obviously he's watching his own group, right? But in the last 3 games of the season, the Memphis game, the Oklahoma City game, and the San Antonio game, that the Nuggets were essentially punting, and the idea was we're trying to get healthy.
Yep.
He gave 6 different examples, why'd they play him over him, him over him, him over him. And he's like, if you really wanted to lose, you play Duran over him, you play Tyus over him, and he knew.
You do what the Jazz do.
Yep.
Just start pulling people.
Yep. He knew every little jot and tittle of how the Nuggets operated. So it was their belief the entire time that, they were just trying to get healthy. They weren't trying to angle. Anyway, they had it in their heads that they are actually aiming for Minnesota with the intent of we're going to beat them, match up with San Antonio, expose their inexperience, and then see what happens in the Western Conference Finals.
But also, Z, when you came in here during, I want to say, Game 3 as well, you said, Phil, they were very confident going into that game. And we're talking about the Nuggets.
Yes.
And it's they were very confident.
Yes.
And it's well, why? And the only thing I could think of is because they don't believe that the Wolves have enough firepower.
That was Game 2 at home. That was going into Game 2 at home. They had just won Game 1, and it was man, you couldn't tell these guys anything. It was, and I had it said to me by someone within the organization, they don't have anything for us. That's a quote.
So right there, if you don't believe a team has anything for you, then you want to play that team.
Yeah.
So I'm with Tim Connolly on this, and I'm with Chris Finch. The Denver Nuggets wanted the Wolves. They thought that the Wolves was a team that they could still beat no matter what.
Yeah, that they could be had for sure.
And look what happened.
And you got to remember, Denver went 3-1 with them in the regular season, and those games were more intense than some of the others in the regular season. There's just a little bit extra here with Minnesota, so they felt great, man. They felt great about this. And to have it unfold the way that it did, not only do you lose, this is one of the biggest upsets in the last 12 years. The third biggest, by the odds, the third biggest first-round upset of the last 12 NBA seasons. The Denver Nuggets just lost in the first round, and they were favored to win every single game of the series. Every one of them. Every one of them. Here was David Adelman talking about what went wrong in the series.
I just think we did not handle the athleticism and the speed properly. The offensive rebound killed us in multiple games that we lost. And in a playoff game, if a team shoots 19 more shots than you, I've said this before in the series, they possess the ball.
They did possess the ball, but why? How did they possess the ball so much more than Denver? Look at the offensive rebounds. I mean, look, this has been an issue all series long. They just... Man, did Denver get one 50-50 ball in the series that
I don't no.
Every 50-50 ball went Minnesota's way.
See, even if they had the ball, if sometimes Jamal had the ball in his hand,
Jaden McDaniels said, "Give me that."
Snatch the ball out of your hands. What are you doing here? There was times when Jokic had the ball.
Yes.
Got the ball snatched out of his hands during a rebound.
Yep.
That's want to.
Yep.
That's all that is.
Yep. It was hard to watch. It was hard to watch.
Do you believe to me I don't know if Michael Malone was the problem, Z? Truly, I don't know if he's the problem because at least with Michael Malone, I don't agree that you fire a coach 3 games before the playoffs. They should have let Michael Malone finish it off and Calvin Booth finish it off and then go ahead and get rid of him once they were done. Michael Malone would have still got the Denver Nuggets to the Thunder because that was the team that he had all year long. This year, this was David Adelman's first year truly with this team, that this is your team, and you couldn't get out of the first round.
Right.
I'm not giving him credit for last year, David Adelman, that is. That was Malone's team. Malone's team that helped get to that point. This year was your team, your philosophy, your identity, and they couldn't get out the first round. Dude, I don't know if it was a Michael Malone thing, man.
So I'm not, Malone's the greatest coach in Nuggets history.
Yeah.
So he was the perfect coach until he wasn't, for reasons that weren't even directly. It wasn't all basketball. There was other stuff going on, and I know, we all know that. But yes,
look at it like
there's something to that. There's something to that. Yes. Malone was, like, in some ways, the heartbeat of the team. They don't have natural leadership. Malone is a natural leader. Adelman's not. I mean, you see that they go to the camera with him during the second half of that game, and he's trying to inspire that group.
Yeah, that was bad.
Dude, in some ways, it's like I almost feel bad just for the whole situation.
It's like, David, just sit there, man.
But
go somewhere else.
But I really don't feel bad because it was ill-advised from the start. And if they run this thing back, and I don't even want to have that conversation today about Adelman and his job.
No.
We'll wait until next week. But it's just not good. It was ill-advised, and there's and Adelman. So just like we talk about Christian, I want to talk about him here in a second too. But like Adelman, it's like, okay, what do you do well? Like what makes you special? What makes you the head coach of the Denver Nuggets? You're not a natural leader. You're not inspiring in any way, shape, or form. You look like a fan won a contest. Everyone look under your seat. If you have the golden ticket, you get to coach the Nuggets this year. David Adelman, come on down, right? That's how it strikes me during some of these sequences. But the reason he got the job is because he's supposed to be a technician. He's like an offensive coordinator. He's supposed to be this like mad scientist, this genius offensively. They struggled to get to 100 points. They failed to get to 100 points 3 different times in a 6-game series when they got to 180 out of 82 in the regular season. They got to 100 every single time Jokic played in this regular season. And you failed. Did you see anything throughout the series that was like, oh, whoa, they're going to, okay, this is new.
No, it was stagnant.
This is clever. This is creative. I didn't see anything like that. So I'm trying to figure out what makes David Adelman special enough.
Well, and Minnesota had an answer for every single thing that was thrown their way.
And they made like real adjustments throughout the entire series. As recent as last night, putting Naz Reid at the 3, Julius Randle at the 4, and Gobert at the 5. They crushed Denver with that. And there was no lever that Adelman ever pulled that was like, oh, this just flipped the dynamic of the series. And I'll continue to ask the question that I asked on Wednesday. Or rather, Tuesday. Whenever the Nuggets played, Monday or Tuesday.
It could have been Monday. It doesn't matter.
Whenever the last time I was at Ball Arena, we were on the air earlier that day because I got asked about this comment, and that's why I'm remembering it. If the rhetorical question that you should be asking yourself, and this is every member of Nuggets Nation, if the Nuggets fired David Adelman, would anyone in the entire league that he currently coaches in swap out their coach for Adelman? The answer, I can fast forward to the end of the conversation, is no one would. That should tell you a lot. And so, like, obviously these are huge conversations, all right? In some ways they're uncomfortable, but they need to be had because this is such a pressing moment in the history of this organization. And this was David Adelman talking about the season and the disjointed nature of it.
My first thought of the season and everything is really incomplete because the team that started the season obviously was very dominant. We thought we found something on both sides of the ball, and then it never seemed to, have a chance to get back to that. And that's not an excuse. That's just the bottom line. And that's why it's if I'm going to sit here and say we're nowhere near where we want to be, I think that'd be an unnecessary answer right now because we have to look at the whole season and what we were when we were certain kinds of teams.
Now, typically, an answer like that kind of works, but not in this situation.
Well, it looks like he's pleading his case like to Josh Kroenke in front of everybody.
It's incomplete.
It's not my fault. It's not all my fault because, guys, we had these injuries and this injury and AG gets hurt, and then we have a couple guys out in the playoffs. Like, it was never a complete year. But you know what? Nobody cares. All they care about is wins. All they care about is once you get to the playoffs that you win the damn series.
That's right.
And David Adelman, this is your first year with Jokic.
Yep.
And we've talked about that. And everybody was like, hey, the pressure is on you. And when the pressure was put on you, you did not respond the right way. And you didn't respond the right way to the media when you were under fire and you were feeling that pressure too.
That was a miscalculation and a failed test unto itself, by the way.
That right there, everything is taken into consideration when you're a head coach. What are you doing during the basketball games and football games and hockey games? What are you doing out of that when you're talking to the media? And you were snippety with us when we would ask you questions of things that were not being done during the games. And it showed. All right, and it showed. Maybe if you were snippety with your players, it would get across to them that they need to play some damn defense and they need to have a little bit more damn heart. Man, I'm so mad, man.
It's crazy that the Denver Nuggets in a championship window, and this is why Adelman's comments about it's incomplete because we were never whole. It falls on deaf ears because you just lost to a starting five of Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, 38-year-old Mike Conley, and Terrence Shannon Jr. They didn't have their star player, Anthony Edwards, All-NBA, potential MVP candidate. They didn't have Dante DiVincenzo. They didn't have the leading scorer for Minnesota for the entire series, Ayo Dosunmu. At the last second, Kyle Anderson ruled out, veteran player. So you don't get to go to the well of excuses about what you didn't have when the team that just beat you in 6 games and that you were favored in every single game of the series was missing 4 of their guys and truly their ultimate alpha. So
I can't see this being ran back, Z.
No.
I'm sorry, it has to be blown up.
But here's the thing, and I'm glad that you said that because it is so easy. And I'm not saying anyone's doing anything wrong because they're all right. But it's so easy to say blow it up or tweet blow it up. Who would be the first to go?
I'm gonna say AG.
What do you think you're getting for aging Aaron Gordon, who hasn't played in 16 consecutive games in 3 basketball seasons?
Try to get out of the contract, I guess. You're not going to get anything for him, so just try to get out of that contract so you can restart.
And what do you have to do to try to get out of a contract? You have to attach picks to it. The Nuggets have no picks. They've attached these picks and moved on and made trades, and so there's not a ton that you can do. His stock has never been lower in the last 5, 6, 7 years, Aaron Gordon's, than right now. Who would be the next person?
CB.
Christian Brown, right?
CB.
Who on God's green earth or even in a galaxy far, far away would want to take on that contract right now?
Nobody.
I mean, dude, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. And I'll tell you, Christian Brown's contract is already being talked about before it kicks in as the worst contract in the NBA. It should already be talked about as the worst contract in Denver sports this side of Chris Bryant. And the fact that guy went out in that game last night in a gotta-have-it game and scored 3 points and took 4 shots, by the way, all came in the first 3 minutes of the game. Because he shot it early, don't forget.
Oh, yeah. And then he just went back into his little cocoon, little shell.
Dude, he grabbed a rebound last night in 28 minutes. He had one more rebound than I did.
There was a time where I thought he was going to take it to the rim, attack the rim, and my man stopped, reversed. And if you look at his teammates on the bench and the coaching staff, they're telling him to go forward.
Bro,
go.
That was such a cringe-worthy, record-scratching moment. Jokic feeds him the ball after taking on 3 defenders, absorbs all of that gravity, and Christian Brown has a shot. And if you pause that and you took those 3 Timberwolves players out of the frame and you erased them from the footage and you just showed the action of Christian Brown going to the basket and doing a U-turn and you said, who do you think they're playing right now? If you took all the Timberwolves off of the screen.
You would think they're playing the Spurs.
Bingo.
You would think they're playing Wemby.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
Let's go.
It was the ultimate U-turn. You would have thought Victor Wembanyama was down there. And I know there's some big dudes down there, but they're not Wemby. And we see U-turns like that since Wemby came in the league. Man, that was such a cringeworthy moment. And then fast forward to 5 minutes left in the third, and Jokic advances him the ball in the open court, and he looked like my 7-year-old in the rec league trying to handle pressure in the full court. Just
hey, look, Big O can hoop, Z. Big O taking it to the rim.
Just can't handle the ball, bouncing off your chest. Can't put your hands on it. And it was just I don't know. And just like Adelman, just like the mental exercise with Adelman that I asked you guys on Wednesday, if you were to fire Adelman, would any NBA team swap out their coach with Adelman? The answer is no. Similarly, someone tell me what Christian Brown does at a plus NBA level. One attribute. Just one. Just one. I can't think of anything. He can't handle the basketball.
Nope.
He doesn't create shots for himself. He doesn't create shots for others. He is not a good point of attack defender like we thought at the start of his career. One of the reasons that got him paid. He doesn't finish at the basket. He can't shoot from the mid-range. He can't shoot from the perimeter. I'm like,
my man can't play defense, I guess, either.
No. I mean, and like when early in this process with CB, it's like, okay, this guy can be a point of attack defender. This guy is a plus athlete. I'm not seeing the athleticism, and I know he's dealt with the ankle, but it just, I don't know, man.
He doesn't even score during transition baskets anymore.
No,
by the way.
He was one of the league leaders. He used to be one of the league leaders.
Trying to get that bag, right? Trying to get that bag. Everything
goes
when you get the bag. Oh, yeah, he did.
And I'm telling you, and you know this to be true more than I do, but Christian Brown, whether he's in Denver or elsewhere, will be a pariah in NBA locker rooms because of what he's making and because of who he is as a player.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. CB better turn things around fast, okay, because players are going to start looking at him differently. The organization's, of course, going to be looking at him differently, and the fan base is going to go ballistic and turn on CB if he can't get things turned around.
All right. We'll hit the pause button on the Nuggets conversation for just a minute. Okay, there's still plenty of meat left on that bone, rather. But we now know exactly who it'll be in the second round for the Avalanche. Let's take a look at the dynamics going into next week. Coming up next.
The Avalanche, the Wild. Round 2. This is where the real battle begins. Score! Every game gets bigger. Every hit gets harder. Every moment matters more. Our guys are in the locker room. Our shows are locked in on every matchup, every adjustment, and every shift in momentum. On your morning commute, on your lunch break, on your drive home. Our shows have you covered from puck drop to final buzzer and everything in between. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
The cost of living isn't just high, it's exhausting. If you've been leaning on credit cards lately just to cover the basics like groceries, gas, and utility bills, you're essentially paying a survival tax of 20% interest or more. Why keep handing your hard-earned paycheck to the big banks when you could keep it for your family? My friends at American Financing have a better way. They're helping homeowners tap into their equity to pay off high-interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month, nearly $10,000 a year back in your pocket. It's not just a loan, it's a total financial reset. It takes just 10 minutes to find out what you could save. No upfront fees and no obligation to talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. Here's the kicker. Start today and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, America's home for home loans. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry buys, sells, and services pre-owned Rolex, Cartier, and all luxury Swiss watches. So if you're looking to make a change in your watch collection or just looking to sell, come to Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
The game started. Call your dad. I'm on it, Ma. Hola, Pa.
Hello, hijita. I can't hear you. I'm at the stadium in Monterrey.
Here, shout goal together. Get nonstop talk, text, and data in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada with T-Mobile, America's best network. Switch on the T-Life app or on T-Mobile.com/connectate. On qualifying plans, not for extended international use. You must reside in the U.S. In primary usage must occur on our network. Best based on analysis by Ookla. Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025.
Hey guys, boy Steve here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-944-33, 720-944-33. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Get $1,000 in free survival gear for a limited time. You heard that right. Right now, when you order the powerful Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator from MyPatriotSupply.com, we'll send you over $1,000 in life-saving preparedness supplies, including a 4-week survival food kit, water filtration system, an off-grid cook stove, and much more, absolutely free. This offer won't last long, so get your generator and free survival gear now at MyPatriotSupply.com. That's MyPatriotSupply.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Cecil Lammy here from my friends at Soda Weight Loss. Online, SodaDietNutrition.com. 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds, and I'm never going back. You want help on your weight loss journey? Call them up, 866-800-SODA. Again, online, SodaDietNutrition.com. I got my confidence back. I look and feel 10 years younger, all thanks to Soda. Knowing how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat, and having the help of a real nutritionist is all that you need. SodaDietNutrition.com, because SOTA is state-of-the-art.
You're hearing this right now. So are your customers. That's radio. It still works. But your customers don't live in one place anymore. Tonight, they're streaming Denver's biggest game on their TV. Tomorrow, they're deep in the most popular podcast in the country. Next week, all three, all over again. We built one campaign that reaches them everywhere. Radio, streaming TV, podcasts, all under one roof. All measured, all working together. That's not a pitch. That's a system. DenverSports.com. Let's build yours.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Spine One. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain. Well, my guys at Spine One, they're an emergency room for back pain with same-day appointments. They'll see you and they'll get the journey started. And that's exactly what I did. Whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, work-related, sports-related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Sunday night on The Fan. Texas faces Detroit in baseball action starting at 5.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it!
There you go.
Got to hold it on a Friday.
If the Nuggets had that much pride, Z, they would have won.
My gosh.
They would have won last night.
Brother. If the Nuggets won last night, I'm holding this thing for the first 3 minutes. I'm just like somehow finding a way to get the lung power. Dude, I've never told anyone in the world this. Anyone in the world. When I was a kid, I'd be sitting in church. Man, I went to a lot of church services, Phil.
A lot.
I didn't play AAU basketball till I was in 8th grade because my mom said it interfered with church. And I'd be sitting there in church, and I'd have a watch on, and I would time how long I could hold my breath. I go, and I'd time myself, and then blow it out, and then you do it again. But when you do it for a second time, you're able to hold more in for longer. Third time, and dude, you'll be like doubling up your minutes because your just lung capacity is getting used to it.
So as fathers preaching, you're sitting there holding your breath.
Yes, that would be the way. It wasn't father for us; it was pastor.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is how I would pass the time in church, was holding my breath, timing it, see if I could beat my personal records. Anyway, that's nothing about nothing. The Wild beat the Stars 5-2 last night. Man, oh man, this did not go the way that I thought. I thought Dallas was going to emerge from this series, Phil. That was not the case.
Yeah, I was the same way, and I for sure thought Dallas was going to try to find a way to steal one, go to Game 7, and make it interesting. But for the Wild, they're like, hey, we have you against the wall, you're pinned down, and we're going to finish you off, and that's exactly what they did. From the start, we were sitting here at the end of our show talking, and the Wild in the first period find a way to beat Ottinger and kind of already 1-0 lead going into the second period. So for the Wild, man, they're ready. They're ready. They're exciting. Play really good defense, and it's going to be a hell of a matchup between the Avs here soon.
No doubt. This is one of their rivals, historically. This is going to be the fourth playoff meeting all time. The Wild are 2-1 in their history against the Avs. Now, it's been a while, over a decade. The last time these two franchises met in the playoffs was 2014, when the Wild beat the Avs in 7 games. Now, that was McKinnon's rookie season. So my a full circle moment here for McKinnon and the Wild. The Avs eliminated the Wild in 6 games back in 2008, while the Wild beat the Avs in 7 games back in 2003. This is the first time that these two organizations have met beyond the first round. In the regular season, the Wild finished just outside of the top 10 in goals scored, with the Avs being number 1, while allowing the 5th fewest goals against in the entire NHL, to your point about their defense.
Yeah,
Statistically, they grade out very well.
And so this is why it's going to be a hell of a matchup. It's like, who is going to bring the more physical mindset? Who is going to be able to have the third and fourth line show up? Now, for the Avs, they're deep, but the Wild are deep as well. We know for the Avs, we trust our 4 lines. We trust LOC. We trust that people like that, or players like that, can make some big-time impacts. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit more nervous about Wedgie in this type of game, right? In this type of environment. You played against the LA Kings. They did not have the firepower. We knew that even if it wasn't a sweep, it was going to probably be a gentleman's sweep, and we were moving on to the next round. Well, the Wild were able to defeat Dallas. I believe that Ottinger is better than Wedgwood. Now, Ottinger didn't play better than Wedgwood, but he's a guy that you look at and you're like, damn, the Wild were able to find ways to get past the Otter. What does it look like going up against Wedgwood?
Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous.
Very, very interesting dynamic to watch next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, so we don't know when Game 1 is going to be. There is rumors that it could be on Sunday early evening at 5 o'clock here locally. There's also a scuttlebutt that it could be on Monday later in the evening around 8 o'clock. You're seeing different gambling sites post different game times. We're not exactly sure. But if they do play on Sunday, I want to just preview it to a certain degree, and obviously we'll be diving in more head first on Monday, whether we're previewing it or reacting to the game. But Minnesota is led up front by its star wingers, Kirill Kaprizov and Matt Boldy. You remember Matt Boldy from the Olympic Games.
Oh, yeah.
He was fantastic. Kaprizov will be the highest paid player in the NHL starting next season after signing a massive extension last summer that will see him carry a cap hit of $17 million. We get used to these numbers in basketball and in football, not in hockey. This is a gargantuan seismic contract. He's held up his end of the bargain. He potted 45 goals this year and picked up 89 points. Boldy, on the other hand, has become the engine up front for the Wild. Always a good player, but he took another step this season to become basically a star. The guy scored 42 goals and has been a menace here this season, Phil.
Man, I'm telling you, this is the game that we all been waiting for. Now, Dallas, yes, that would have been fun. The matchup there, the drama. But when you talk about high flying, when you talk about excitement and that both teams are going to go at it and it's not going to be, muck it up, and play this nasty, muddy way and just play straight defense. No, the Wild do not care. The Wild are going to play their game just like the Avs are going to play theirs. So now, what does Netjes do? What does Nate Dogg do? Kel, can he continue to do what he's doing? All right, so this is a matchup that we want to see. It's exciting. It's fun. And the Avs have to find a way to beat the Wild. They got to beat them, and they will.
Well, I agree with you. I think that they will, but there's going to be a battle within the battle, not necessarily against one another, but there is an argument that some make that the best defenseman in the world is not Cale Makar. It's actually Quinn Hughes. All right, and the Wild made a massive splash earlier in the season, acquiring Quinn Hughes from the Canucks, giving themselves like a top defensive pair that they believe could go toe-to-toe with anyone around the league. So you talk about, and we haven't got the Norris finalist, but there is a scenario where Cale Makar this season is left off the 3 finalists for the Norris best defenseman in the league. So, again, there's these micro sort of storylines. Yeah, like side quests within the larger quest for a cup.
Well, and if you're betting on it, this is exactly what you're doing. You're there and you said everybody has a matchup. You have to win your one-on-one matchup. Defensively, we have to be at our best, right? And you just go down the matchup. That's what Vance Joseph used to do to us when he was the head coach of the Denver Broncos. He'd say, Phil, you have to play against I'll just put a linebacker out there. Suggs. Suggs was still playing when I was there.
Yep.
Like, damn, for real?
T-Sizzle.
That's a scary man.
He is.
He said, you need to win this matchup. And it's not just about, scoring a touchdown or yards. You need to be able to block, catch. You need to be able to neutralize this man from getting to our quarterback.
All right, man, I can't wait for this to unfold. And I know I mentioned Boldy, playing on Team USA a minute ago. So did Quinn Hughes, and here you had McKinnon and Makar both playing on Team Canada. So there's some stuff here, historically, recently, award stuff, pecking order within the league. I find it really interesting. We'll see what happens. Should they play on Sunday or Monday? We'll be back on Monday reacting to it or previewing it. All right, kicking out of that last slap of the mat on the 3 count, what is the proper level of concern when it comes to Bo Nix's latest ankle surgery? We'll talk to Mike Kliss about that coming up next.
The Nuggets season is over as the shorthanded Timberwolves send the Nuggets home. Jamal Murray, nowhere to be found. Jaden McDaniels jawed all series, then proved it on the floor. This was supposed to be a run. Instead, it's an embarrassment. And now as banners fade and questions roar, are franchise-altering changes coming to the Mile High City? This offering promises chaos, tough decisions, and a radically different future. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, Denver's playoff headquarters.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
No tax returns, no W-2s, no kidding. We have expanded our guidelines to help even more people qualify for a loan to buy a home or save money on one they already own. Call U.S. Mortgages at 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney.
This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Hey, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors, your siding, windows, decking, and roofing specialist. During the month of May, 5280 Exteriors are offering you $1,000 off a new project. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Stoke here for ROX Rocks Heating and Air. It's no secret, the price of HVAC equipment is going to increase this summer. May is one of the best times of the year to buy a new HVAC system. Be ready for a hot, hot summer and get the best prices of the season. Finance a new HVAC system for $200 a month or get 0% interest only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Hi there, I'm Kim Rudell, owner of Wills and Wellness Estate Planning. Springtime has arrived and it's a great time to get your house in order. Whether you need to tidy up your current will and estate plan or you need to put together a brand new plan, we're here to help. Get yourself organized with documents that are customized to you and your family to provide priceless peace of mind. Find us at willsandwellness.com or give us a call at 720-266-8190.
Stop waiting for rates and take advantage of real buying opportunities. Lowest Rate for Life helps you get the deal you want on the home today, and if rates fall in the future, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fees. U.S. Mortgages 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is offense. OFFENSE. Text offense to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's offense to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Our guy Mike Kliss joins us right around this time every Friday. Mike, let's just get right into it. You know, I was the bad guy this week in a lot of people's eyes and minds when I expressed just how deep of a concern I have with Bo Nix. By my count, 5 different procedures of one form or another on his ankles. A season-ending injury in high school, a season-ending injury in college, a season-ending injury here in Denver in year 2 that prevented a Super Bowl push, a cleanup job after his rookie season, a cleanup job after the 3rd major surgery with no football played in between. And I just, it's 5 times in the same body parts, and I don't know will people be alarmed after the 6th one? Does it take a 7th one? I'm not sure, but that's sort of where I'm at. I'm being told by most people I'm an alarmist, I'm a hater, I'm a doomsday, prescriber. What do you make of my deep level of concern here?
Well, it is concerning. The one thing I would check on that is it wasn't season ending in high school. He actually had Dr. Waldrop perform that surgery too. It's been Dr. Waldrop on all of them. And Bo actually missed only 4 games in that his junior year in high school and came back and led Pinson Valley to the state championship. And he was the state tournament MVP. This while he had in-season ankle surgery. So I think one reason why Bo is kind of defiant about this ankle, problems, concerns that Broncos country has that you just expressed, is because he's always bounced back from them and played well and been stronger right from the start. The ankle surgery he had at Auburn he broke his ankle in the last game he played for Auburn, then transferred to Oregon, had 2 big years. You mentioned the cleanup that caused him to miss his first Pro Bowl after his rookie season. He bounces back and he leads the team to 14-3 in a playoff victory. But yes, you're talking. It all adds up to there's a structural ankle possibility issue here. So yeah, you have a right to be concerned. You are a doomsayer sometimes, but we all are in the media. We all are in the media, and
you tell him, Mike.
Athletes and coaches, when they're in the game, they don't let any negativity in.
Sure.
That's not their mindset. They ignore it. They they just block it out of their mind. And I guess they have to be that way. We as critics, and, we take a more measured point of view, both sides now point of view to these things.
And real quick, Mike, one of the things I should have put this in my setup that is so concerning to me is that, and you're telling me that the same surgeon did all of his ankle surgeries, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So this actually adds another layer to it. When Sean Payton got up into a microphone and said that the surgeon told him that the ankle was predisposed, that it wasn't a matter of if but when, that didn't make me feel better. And Bo was upset at that, and he had a right to be upset. I'd be upset at that too. Sean should have never said that. But the fact that he didn't make that up. He's repeating what the surgeon said. So you just put it all together. Let me just ask you this, because people say, hey, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. And I'm like, I don't know. Going to the Super Bowl, I think is a pretty big deal. But maybe I'm on an island with that. But
it did, didn't it?
So,
it did.
Well, and so if I ask the question, do you think that if Bo Nix was healthy, the Broncos would have gone to a Super Bowl? People say yes, but then it's not a big deal that they didn't. Anyway, out of 10, your concern out of 10, I'm an 8 out of 10. And it's not about training camp or getting ready for this fall. It's big picture, long term. The Broncos have a big boy decision to make on Bo Nix. Out of 10, I'm an 8. So I'm not a 9 or a 10 pulling the fire alarm saying this thing's never going to work. I'm open and receptive to it, the sustainability of it, despite my questions. Where are you at out of 10? 10, this is not going to work. You're pulling the fire alarm. 1, you're asleep in bed and unbothered by all of this.
Yeah, I'm 8 seems. I'm probably a 5.5. A little bit more. This is in talking to the Broncos, and I know there's been thought that maybe they haven't been forthcoming with all of this. Sean Payton, there's after the draft press conference saying there's nothing to report. And then, obviously, there has been something to report. There was something to report about the cleanup surgery. He was going to be ready, full go by the start of the off-season program, which is Monday, and that obviously isn't happening. So somewhere along the line, there was a change. What the team is now saying is that this was a decision point. He was so far along in his recovery that this cleanup that they, from what I understand, they thought about doing in January when they had the big surgery, and decided to put it off until the break, the fractured bone healed, and they were going to do it after this season. The thought was Bo was doing so well in his recovery from the primary surgery that they went in to take care of this little problem they had to clean up, and they decided to get that out of the way because, Sean and Bo together said that OTAs, it's, not being available for OTAs third year in the system is not that big a deal compared to getting everything cleaned up, everything healthy, everything healed by the start of training camp for the third year. And Bo ultimately made this decision. He knows, I don't think it's his primary motivation, but he knows this year he's making $5 million plus this year. And next year, if all goes well, he's going to get a reworked contract that's $50 million plus. So there's much at stake for Bo. That's a big financial carrot out there, and he decided to get this done. And so, I don't think it was something that they necessarily had to get done. It was elected to be done, and so we'll see. But yes, I think cumulatively, that word, it's definitely concerning that he's had, at least the 5 that we know of.
Oh, we dropped that we know of. Okay. Okay, Mike. Way to talk me off the ledge. All right. Mike, we appreciate your time as always on a Friday. We'll carry on this.
Did I talk too much? I didn't get to say hi to Phil.
I'm right here, Mike. I mean, you answered all my questions, man. I was just going to ask you, and you did. But the biggest question for me was, like, do you think that there was a little setback? Right.
Hey, Mike, can you stay with us for just another couple minutes after the commercial break?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. We'll do that next.
The second round is set, and the star power is undeniable. The Avalanche finally has its answer, the Minnesota Wild. For the 4th time in playoff history, the Avs and Wild, with the spotlight blazing, Nathan MacKinnon's speed and force against Kirill Kaprizov's style and swagger. A superstar matchup on the blue line with Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes. Superstars rivalry, Avs, Wild, round 2, coming soon. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, Denver's playoff headquarters.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And if joint pain is holding you back, then you need to hear me out. My friends at RegenRx in Denver, guys, they're on another level. And they don't just do guesswork. They build a real plan for you. Maybe you just need some Wharton's jelly to support the joints. Maybe it's the shockwave therapy that you need to get the blood flow back going again. No matter what you need, they're going to have, and they're going to treat you just like family. And they're even going to give you a 6-month booster to keep your results feeling elite. And the best part about going to RegenRx in Denver is their consultation is completely free. You heard me, no risk. So if you're dealing with degenerative joints or long-term pain, see if their stem cell therapy is the right move for you. It's about quality of life, guys. Staying explosive, staying active, and of course, staying present for your family. So give my friends at RegenRx a call today at 303-630-9770 or visit them online at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co. And let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Growing a business is hard enough. Figuring out where to advertise shouldn't be a thing that holds you back. Your customers are listening to this station. Heck, you are. They're streaming Denver's biggest games on their TVs. They're tuned into the podcasts everyone's talking about. We help you show up in all 3 with one plan, one team, and results you can actually see. We've helped businesses like yours grow for years. Let us show you how. Visit DenverSports.com and click Advertise with Us.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. You'll get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices and no battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices will be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. All with Xfinity's 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. To get started, call, visit Xfinity.com, or drop into an Xfinity store. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Here's what most siding companies won't tell you. By the time it looks bad on the outside, the real damage is already underneath. In Colorado, that happens faster than most people expect. I trust Gravina's Window Center of Littleton because they start there with what actually holds up long term. 50 years plus serving Denver, Colorado in the Front Range. Right now, 20% off of James Hardy siding. Check them out, windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Sunday night on The Fan. Texas faces Detroit in baseball action starting at 5.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, just to continue our conversation with Mike Klis, because this has been an obvious, sizable story this year. Broncos quarterback, another ankle surgery, and I apologize because I'm so eager to learn more about this story. I just started, I think I asked Mike either three questions or two, and he just goes.
Hey, look, Mike likes to talk. Mike is going to get his point across.
So Phil, go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah, no, Mike, all I ask you is, and the question is, do you believe that this was a setback for Bo Nix? Because if it was up to Bo when this happened, Bo was like, I'm going to be back ready for OTAs. I'm going to be back ready for off-season no matter what. You have Greg Penner talking about he's going to be ready to go during off-season workouts. George and Sean saying the exact same thing, and yet Bo Nix is not going to be ready for off-season workouts. Bo Nix may not be ready for OTAs, and he'll have to wait until camp. So was there a setback?
I do believe there was a setback, although I've been told it was not, that it was the opposite. It was that he was doing so well in his recovery and so far ahead in his recovery. That was when the decision point came to go ahead and get this other issue fixed. However, when the Broncos, across the board, their management team at the NFL owners meetings on March 30th and April 1st said Bo would be full go by the start of the off season, not just OTAs, but the start of the off-season conditioning program, which begins Monday, that he would be full go and 100%. And a month later, not even a month later, 3 weeks later, he has the cleanup procedure. Something happened in between there to change minds.
Agreed.
And we don't have the full story on what happened. I know there's a lot of speculation out there, and on what possibly could have happened, but we don't know what, right now there's no confirmation on exactly why the change of thinking happened over those 3 weeks.
And I just want to make one thing clear, or try to make it clear. Did you say that they already were forecasting a surgery for next offseason on his ankles, or on his ankle, and that?
Well, yeah, there was something else, in the ankle. The way I took it, they're as far as whatever it is that they cleaned up this time, they could have done it in January, I guess, in hindsight. But they wanted to fix the fracture, let that heal. And this other thing was, I think minor enough, but yet, something that was, it made him feel a little discomfort enough that they probably would have to do it at the end of the season as a cleanup. I mean, I guess it's one of those things where Bo gets surgeries on his ankles the way Mark Schlereth got surgeries on his knees. He'd be back. Schlereth would be back playing the next week, and that's kind of how it's going here with Bo's ankles.
So
I'm not sure exactly if this thing started irritating him more as during the recovery, and all of a sudden irritated him, or it was something that they knew all along that they would have to fix. I think it was something that they knew all along they'd have to fix.
Yeah, that is just an interesting outlook from the Broncos, that there was going to be this surgery scheduled like months and months in advance for next offseason. But Bo was doing so good that they said, let's do another surgery right now. I mean, that is a hell of a tale there. I got to be honest, Mike. It sounds, I have to tie half of my brain behind my back to go with that. And I know I told our listeners, I have a rock solid source that told me he was playing basketball at Valor High School. And I put that out last week. I know that to be true for a fact. It's not some interpretation. That's just a fact. And I'm wondering, did he get hurt playing basketball? Honestly, and I don't know that. Then we enter the area of speculation. But this whole thing is. Yeah,
I heard he was at, and because of your report, I've heard that Bo Lowry and him maybe worked out at the Valor High School gym, but didn't play. But unless a ball rolled out there, he wasn't playing pickup basketball.
No, he was, Mike. Mike, he was.
Bo Lowry, he has a son who plays on Valor Christian's baseball team. He's quite the shortstop, hitting over. I looked him up. I think it's Carter Lowry.
Oh, very nice.
Hitting about 460.
Wow. That's awesome.
So a heck of a ball player. A little shout out there. So Bo Lowry would have access to Valor Christian, and
Mike,
there's
Mike,
some things you can do there that you can't do at the Broncos facility. Believe it or not.
Mike, Bo's wife works there.
Yeah.
Bo Nix's wife. Although, she's, I think, she just recently had a baby. I'm not sure she's there right now.
Right.
Mike, I got one more for you. One more for you, Mike. And this big question is, do you believe, or are the Denver Broncos telling you with confidence that Bo Nix is going to be ready before camp starts?
Yeah. Well, yeah. By the time training camp, that's what I'm getting now. He will be ready by training camp, and that's why I say, Zach, why I'm a 5.5 and you're an 8. this has a chance. This has a chance to be much ado about nothing. This cleanup procedure, that is. Much ado about nothing if he's ready by the start of training camp and he gets through the season unscathed, and that is the hope. And that is that's what the Broncos are confident is going to happen. And if that does happen, then we are making a little too much about this cleanup for whatever, for rightful reasons. But it's got a chance it has a chance to mean nothing here soon. And of course, that's what the Broncos and Bronco fans hope. And he is. Of all the talk of what they did or didn't do this offseason, all the talk about what they got and didn't get in the draft, all those guys, even Waddle, they're just spare parts to Bo Nix, who, is driving this thing.
And that's why I think it's so important. And that's why I think it's so important. That's why I think it's a big deal, because he's a big deal. He's the franchise quarterback. And for me, it's not about the cleanup job. It's about the all-encompassing, the totality of all these ankle injuries, and you have a decision, a $300 million decision. So for me, it's not about, is he going to be ready for day one of training camp? Is he, can he stay healthy for the season? It's about the next 2, 3. Like, if this happens again, will you move from a 5 to a 7, from a 7 to an 8? Will it take 6, 7? I'm concerned big picture. I understand I'm in the minority. Yeah. That's okay. I'm okay with being in the minority here.
The Dolphins had a similar deal with Tua, and they gave him the big money, and then he got hurt again. And the 49ers had this same decision with Purdy, who was getting banged up, missing some games. They gave him the big contract despite his injury history, and then he's been hurt, on the other side. So, it is definitely something where I think Bo has to get through this year healthy in order to get that big, rich deal.
Okay. Mike, we appreciate you so much, man. Thanks for doing some overtime with us, and we'll do this again next Friday.
All right. Go get him, guys.
All right. Good stuff from Mike. I appreciate Mike Kliss so much, okay? He is repeating the story that he's been told. I'm telling you, that story to me makes no sense.
It doesn't.
None.
It doesn't. It's like a different language right now.
All right. Trivia, next.
With Bo Nix having to get more work done on his injured ankle, could that spell future problems for the Broncos QB?
No one is going to want to hear what I have to say, but this will not be the last time. I'm just telling you.
With the ankle?
With an ankle issue with Bo Nix. I'm telling you on Wednesday, April 29th. It's not because it brings me joy or glee. It's not because I want to, but based on the evidence that I have. I hope I'm wrong, but I said I was really concerned about this after it happened and derailed the trip to the Super Bowl, and he's got another surgery on the ankle before he plays a down after that latest ankle injury.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
You want to be happy. You want to see your family safe, your children inspired, and your friends succeed. This is Glenn Jameron. I'm president of Alpine Bank, member FDIC. The key to a bright and promising future rests in the core values you first learned as a child: trust, compassion, empathy, understanding, and perhaps the most important of all, being kind. Respecting the traditions you hold dear doesn't make you old-fashioned, but rather empowered in this modern and oftentimes complex world of ours. In fact, your values, your leadership, your caring and kindness inspires Alpine Bank. Return to your core values. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
I'm Rob Wilhite with the Wilhite Law Firm, and I have an important holiday reminder. If you're celebrating this season, make the smart choice. Don't drink and drive. For years, we've made it our mission to keep impaired drivers off the road and protect our community through our holiday rideshare program. If you or someone you know has had too much to drink, let us help you get home safely. For details on how to use our rideshare program, visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com or call us at 303-GOOD-LAW.
Ben Franklin here to talk to you about water filtration. Unfiltered water in your home is no joke. Did you know tap water can shorten the life of your pipes and, even worse, be dangerous to your family's health? Our punctual plumbers can install a whole home system that filters water before it enters your pipes. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com or call 877-BEN-1776 to request an appointment.
Go with the flow, the local pros call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Spine One. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain. Well, my guys at Spine One, they're an emergency room for back pain with same-day appointments. They'll see you and they'll get the journey started. And that's exactly what I did. Whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, work-related, sports-related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is winger. W-I-N-G-E-R. Text winger to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's winger. to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Friday. Appreciate you guys rocking with. It's right around this time. We went a little long with Mike, and I thought deservingly so. There is so much stuff.
News,
Phil, there's so much stuff with that story. And I'm not going to continue to belabor.
Confused.
You should be. If you were paying attention, you should be confused.
You know me. Sometimes it's hard for me to pay attention, but I'm paying attention now. I'm confused.
There's a lot to it. We'll circle back to it at a certain point in time. Maybe not even today. But in the meantime, we play trivia around this time on a Friday. Dante Gomez, hit that music.
All right, question number 1. We just came off the NFL draft. Which college football program has produced the most number 1 overall NFL draft picks?
What college football? Okay, so a couple that just come to mind. USC, for sure. Bama.
Yep, Miami.
For sure. Miami.
Ohio State.
Maybe Texas.
Texas could be one. Especially that year with Reggie Bush, USC versus Texas. I mean, everybody that was on that football field got drafted on both sides.
But we're just looking for number one picks.
Oh, number one. Oh, yeah.
Like, number 1 overall picks.
I was going to say the only Texas number 1 I could think of was Ricky Williams. Was he a number 1 overall? I don't even remember if he was.
I do not believe he was a number 1 overall. I think it was like the second or third pick.
Mm-hmm.
Did we say Notre Dame?
We did not say Notre Dame.
Maybe just historically.
Yeah. Oh, man. So USC, like O.J. Simpson was the number 1 pick.
Yep.
Carson Palmer?
Carson Palmer was the number 1 pick.
Was Marcus Allen also a number 1 pick?
Oh, I don't think he was number 1. He was
Keyshawn Johnson.
Keyshawn Johnson was the number 1 pick, 96 to the Jets. USC.
Unless there was some linemen. See, this is where you get kind of like, because some of these linemen can go number 1 overall. And we're not going to remember a lot of linemen's names.
No. What about Bama? Can we think of Bama number 1 overall picks? We have Bryce Young. Number 1 overall.
Yeah, that's the only number 1 that comes to mind. I'm sure there's been others, but that's the only one that really comes to mind.
I feel like they had like a left tackle or defensive lineman.
Did Trent Williams go to Alabama?
Yeah, but he wasn't the top pick.
Okay.
The running back?
No, I'm thinking the left tackle for what, the Niners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's a good one. But I don't think he was a number 1 overall pick.
Okay.
What about Miami? I feel like back in the day, everybody was getting drafted number 1 when they went to Miami.
They had the quarterback.
Testaverde.
Yeah, Vinny Testaverde.
Was Kelly number 1 as well?
Jim Kelly was not number 1.
He might have got number 1 in the UFL draft.
Yeah, I think he did.
Andre Johnson.
He was number 1?
I don't know. I don't think he was number 1.
No, not number 1.
I think they've had also some defensive linemen and offensive tackles.
Sure.
Yeah.
This might be just a guess.
It might be.
Yeah.
I like USC.
I don't think it's Ohio State, because you think a lot of times the quarterback's going number 1. Ohio State has had almost like no success with quarterbacks in the NFL.
Correct.
I don't think it's Texas.
One more I just want to add in there. You guys.
Oh, Vince Young went number 1 overall. Did we say that?
Vince Young did go number 1 overall.
But I still think it's USC.
Okay, so like Penn State wouldn't be in this?
No, they've had players go number 1.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what did Kerry Collins go number 1? Kajana Carter. I'm thinking back old school.
I think Kajana Carter did.
I mean, Abdul. What's the guy that just got drafted a couple years ago?
No, not number 1 though.
Okay.
Okay. I reluctantly I want to say it's between like Bama and USC.
I like USC or Notre
Dame.
Yeah,
I like USC.
I think I like USC
well.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Let's go. USC has had the number or the top The most number of number 1 overall picks. How about that? Let's go USC, send it in.
Answer was 6, USC.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Okay.
There we go.
Didn't ruin the weekend. Didn't ruin the weekend before 5 o'clock. We got one in the chamber. Go ahead and fire another one, D.
Question number 2. 7 Avalanche coaches have won more than 100 regular season games. Name 5 of them.
Spivak.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead, Dante.
Jared Bednar.
Yep.
Well played.
Yeah.
Well played.
Wow. All right, so Mark Crawford.
Sure.
Bob Hartley.
Yep.
I believe Joel Quenneville.
Yes.
Patrick
just need one
Waugh, I don't think did it, but he would be close because he had a really good first year, but then, man, they fell off a cliff after that. So I don't think Patrick Waugh would be one of them. Tony Granato was there. I just don't know if he won enough games to do it. Problem is we're running out of coaches because they haven't had a whole heck of a lot of coaches in their 30-year history here. I'm actually kind of surprised to think that there were 7 that have done it.
We just need one more. You listed 4.
So Quenneville, Hartley, Crawford,
Rykoff.
Rykoff? No, Bednar.
Excuse. Hold on. Let's start with Bednar.
Okay. Bednar, Quenneville.
Yep.
Crawford, and Hartley. Or I think are the.
That's 4.
Yeah, for sure 4. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anybody here. I think it's got to be between
Waugh?
Tony Granato or Patrick Waugh. I feel like it's more likely to be Granato than Waugh.
Yeah,
I like that as well. I feel like they're trying to get us with Waugh.
So let's go Tony Granato as the 5th.
Okay. Let's go and just reset them real quick. Final answer.
Jared Bednar, Tony Granato, Joel Quenneville, Bob Hartley, and Mark Crawford.
Final answer. Send it in.
Answers: Jared Bednar, Bob Hartley, Patrick Waugh, Mark Crawford, Joel Quenneville, Joe Sacco, and Tony Granato.
Oh, we got there. Oh, we got there.
Wow.
Oh, we got there. Oh, that would have stung. Wall would have stung.
I thought as soon as we put it in, I was like, I hope it's not Joe Sacco. And sure enough, Joe Sacco popped up on the list.
All right, so we're 2 for 2. We got 2 questions left. We'll finish up next.
The Avalanche, the Wild. Round 2. This is where the real battle begins. Score! Every game gets bigger. Every hit gets harder. Every moment matters more. Our guys are in the locker room. Our shows are locked in on every matchup, every adjustment, and every shift in momentum. On your morning commute, on your lunch break, on your drive home. Our shows have you covered from puck drop to final buzzer and everything in between. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of fella who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Drew Brees here. Whether you're on the field or on the road, having the right team on your side makes all the difference. I learned that the hard way. On the field, you don't go anywhere without a solid O-line. And when your car breaks down, you want that same kind of protection. That's why I trust CarShield. Their protection plans help you tackle expensive repairs so that you're not blindsided.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Now is the best time to buy. Get ahead of the competition and get the deal you want on the home you really want. Maximize your savings with lowest rate for life, and if the market does improve, we can save you money without any additional lender fees or appraisal fees. We're here for you today and tomorrow and celebrating 30 years of helping homeowners with expanded approvals, low rates, credit improvements, and more. Call U.S. Mortgages at 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Cecil Lammy here from my friends at Soda Weight Loss, online, SodaDietNutrition.com. 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds, and I'm never going back. You want help on your weight loss journey? Call them up, 866-800-SODA. Again, online, SodaDietNutrition.com. I got my confidence back. I look and feel 10 years younger, all thanks to Soda. Knowing how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat, and having the help of a real nutritionist is all that you need. SodaDietNutrition.com, because SOTA is state-of-the-art.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall tire dressing. Plus, get 4 times O-Rewards points now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Phillip Lindsay here. Summer is coming. Time for hikes, golf, and family adventures. But if degenerative joints or those old high school sports injuries are holding you back, discover natural, pain-free relief with Regen RX. Their stem cell treatment, PRP therapy, and shockwave therapy could be the answer to reclaiming your active life. No surgeries, no downtime, and no risk. Get a free consultation today. Text the word PAIN to 303-630-9770. That's PAIN to 303-630-9770.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
They'll tell you marketing is complicated, that you need a dozen platforms, 100 dashboards, and a prayer. Forget that. Your customers are right here, listening to this station. Heck, you are right now. Tonight, they're streaming Denver's biggest games. Tomorrow, they're locked into the most talked about podcasts on the planet. We put you in all of it. Radio, streaming, TV, audio, one team, clear data, real results. We've been growing businesses like yours for years. Visit DenverSports.com and click the Advertise With Us button. That's DenverSports.com. Let's get to work.
Max HELOC is a game changer and can lower your bill significantly without affecting your current loan. How much savings depends on your unique situation, but you could borrow $250,000 with a payment option as low as $495 a month. Consolidate your debts and make life a lot easier. We make it easy to save, and you don't need perfect credit either. U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all, 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Sunday night on The Fan. Texas faces Detroit in baseball action starting at 5.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, as we roll along here on a Friday, bottom half of hour number 3. Appreciate you guys spending a part of your day with us here on The Drive. Happy Friday to you. If you are heading into a weekend, and if you are not, and you're going to work through it, I've been there. Keep going. All right, we're going to continue trivia. Dante Gomez, hit that music. We love trivia here on a Friday. Appreciate Window Nation for sponsoring our trivia. Go ahead and fire away, D.
Question number 3. 6 of the top 10 all-time leading NBA playoff point leaders played for the Lakers. Name them.
6 of the top 10 all-time, it's just playoff points.
Yeah.
All right.
Magic Johnson.
So, Magic, Kobe, Kareem,
Shaq.
Yep. So that's 4 right there.
That's 4 right there. I would say, and so it's top 10.
What do you think about? Oh,
I was going to say Derek Fisher.
That's what I was going to say.
Ooh.
After we brought it up yesterday, he's played in a lot of playoff games.
He has.
I was going to go Pau Gasol.
I don't think so because now he could be. I could be wrong about this. But,
LeBron James.
Oh, LeBron James. There you go. There you go. Like plain as the nose on your face. LeBron.
So that's 5 right there.
That's 5.
We might have to kick some people off this list because what about like a Russell Westbrook? He might be ahead of Magic.
Russ is a good one.
Ahead of Magic?
Magic's career wasn't that long. And he was kind of do everything guy. I know he scored a lot, but I think I would take Russ over Magic, I think.
That's really interesting. Russell Westbrook is an interesting one. Definitely did score at a higher clip than Magic. Yeah, that's a good one. And I don't know about D. Fish. Like, D. Fish was scoring, 8 to 11, 12 points a game. I just don't know. And obviously his longevity there, winning 5 championships with the Lakers.
Yeah.
What about Big Shot Bob?
No, just didn't score enough at a high enough clip for Robert Horry to be on there. I mean, a couple other names just to throw out there. A big game James Worthy is one. Former number 1 overall pick. Was there for years. Playoff run after playoff run.
Lamar Odom.
No.
No. I just remember him. He was, with Kobe and
Yeah.
Good.
What about Jerry West?
Jerry West is a good one. Jerry West is a good one. Let's write that down too. The only player, trivia within trivia, Jerry West, the only player ever to be awarded Finals MVP from the losing team.
Damn.
What about any other guys that have hopped on these LeBron teams lately, just for like a season? Like
What,
this
Anthony
isn't.
Davis?
I don't think he's on it, but like a Rajon Rondo kind of.
Yeah, no.
You almost forgot he was there.
Anthony Davis.
No Karl Malone back in the day when he jumped on for a minute.
Ooh, Malone is an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Was in the playoffs for years. And because he finished with the Lakers, he checks that box.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting one.
Bad guy.
He is not a very good guy.
So you think we have them all?
Well, we have like 12 names.
That's what I'm
now.
saying. Like,
I think they're within this list.
Okay.
I think that here I think are the locks. I think Kobe's a lock, Kareem's a lock, Shaq is a lock, LeBron is a lock. Man, Malone is a really interesting one. That is.
So if you had to pick between with West and Malone, who would you go with?
Malone. I think I'd go Malone.
I'm going to pound the table again for Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, that's it.
So Malone or Westbrook then?
That would be my 2 probably.
So then who would you take?
You want to lock Russ in? Dante, you're pounding the table. You're standing on the table?
I like Russ, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. I'm going to take out D-Fish. I don't think that makes enough sense.
I don't think so either.
So maybe you do have to take out what?
Oh, Shaq still too.
Yeah. Because you didn't put Magic in there.
So I
didn't have him as a lock.
Okay.
I think it's one of these we're going to have to kick off between Shaq, Malone, West, and Russell Westbrook.
We also didn't say Kareem.
No, we did.
I have Kareem as a lock.
Okay.
West might be. I think that
Shorter series back then.
Shorter series, and I think his career started before like the NBA playoffs and finals as we know it. I think he came.
Was it like the MLB where they just kind of went to the pennant? There wasn't 3 rounds to get there.
I think we should take out West.
Let's take out West.
I think we take out Jerry West.
So
God, I don't feel great about that though. So
Shaq, Malone, and Russ.
So here are the locks so far: Kobe, Kareem, Shaq, LeBron. If you're just joining us, the question is 6 of the 10 all-time playoff point leaders in NBA history all at one point in time played for the Lakers. Who are they? So we think Kobe, Kareem, Shaq, LeBron, Russ. We need to pick one between Magic Johnson and Karl Malone is what I have.
It feels crazy to leave Magic off the list.
I know.
Oh, man.
But that's probably what they want us to do is add Magic and take out someone like Malone.
But Magic would have games where he goes like 14 points, 16 rebounds, and 12 assists.
Yeah.
I think
Malone.
I think Malone.
Like begrudgingly, we go Malone.
Okay.
Let's go Malone.
And the longevity factor, right? You said he didn't have a career as long.
Yeah, Magic. Well, he had to sit out because of the medical stuff at some point.
Right.
And I think he retired pretty early, too.
I mean, but he came back. Anyway, Kobe, Kareem, Shaq, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, Karl Malone.
Yes.
I think Zach likes Karl Malone.
We feel we feel okay with that.
DG, you're not a team player now, huh? We put Westbrook in there.
No. I was making a different joke.
Yeah, he's trying to say I like Karl Malone as a person.
Oh, okay.
Which, if you do a little digging,
I get you now.
Yeah, do a little digging and you'll see. There's some stuff there. Okay, you guys, everyone cool with that?
Yeah, do it.
All right,
I'm good with that.
Our final answers: 6 of the top 10 playoff scorers in NBA history that all touched the Lakers at some point. Kobe, Kareem, Shaq, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, Karl Malone. Final answer, send it in.
Answers: Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Jerry West, and Karl Malone.
Oh, man, we got 5 of the 6, man. I don't even feel bad about that. Asking us to name all 6, all 6.
Jerry West.
Not 5 of the 6, not 4 of the 6. I feel A-okay with that. Let's finish up here, D. We have our curveball question.
And your curveball question: name this song. You got to give us the artist and the title.
Wish we could turn back time.
But now we're stressed out. Used to pay pretend, didn't make money. Used to pay pretend, now you got
Look, I feel bad too because my daughter loves this song, and I'm having a brain freeze because we listen to it all the time.
Oh, this is easy though.
Do you got it?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, just give me 10 seconds. Stressed Out. Stressed Out was the name of the song.
Correct.
It's crazy they left the name of the song in
I know,
the
right?
clip.
Do you ask them to name both, D, or do you ask them to name one?
I start asking them to name both.
Okay. Stressed Out by help us, Drew.
21 Pilots.
21 Pilots, yes. Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. Final answer, send it in.
Answer: Stressed Out by 21 Pilots.
Let's go. Let's giggity go.
Good job, Drew.
Fist bumps
DG.
all around. Great job, everyone. We go 3-1. They went 1-3. Fantastic stuff. Feel good about that. All right, shifting gears. The Nuggets had a nuclear loss last night, and it capped off one of the most dramatic first-round exits in recent memory. We'll give you the context to why that's a fact coming up next.
The Nuggets season is over as the shorthanded Timberwolves send the Nuggets home. Jamal Murray, nowhere to be found. Jaden McDaniels jawed all series, then proved it on the floor. This was supposed to be a run. Instead, it's an embarrassment. And now as banners fade and questions roar, are franchise-altering changes coming to the Mile High City? This offering promises chaos, tough decisions, and a radically different future. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either, because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
The playoffs are full of surprises. Underdogs, overtime thrillers, sudden upsets. But when it comes to your facility's electrical systems, you don't want surprises. For over 40 years, Piper Electric has powered complex commercial and industrial projects, from large-scale distribution to fire alarms and preventative maintenance. Their licensed electricians help reduce downtime, control costs, and keep operations running smoothly. Got a project coming up? Don't leave it to chance. Include Piper Electric in your bid process. Visit piperelectric.com.
The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale, now through Mother's Day. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. Choose from thousands of shade trees, evergreen trees, fruit trees, and more. And the Tree Farm has thousands of white, pink, or red flowering trees, including spring snow, fruitless crabapple, and a lot more. And you get free professional loading. The Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale. Come see.
I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Friday. Appreciate you guys rocking with. We just went 3-1 in trivia, and it's time to get back to business because the Denver Nuggets had a nuclear loss last night that capped off one of the most dramatic first-round exits really in NBA history. And that's not an exaggeration. And I'll give you some texture for that comment here. The Wolves were plus 275 before the series started. All right, that means if you made a $100 bet on the Wolves to upset Denver, and they did, obviously, you would have got your $100 bet back plus a net $275 in winnings. That is a nearly 3-1 underdog. What that is the third biggest first-round upset since the year 2014 by the odds. Today, Brian Windhorst, who is a bit of a basketball historian, especially really in the last 30 years of basketball, Windhorst is really good. He calls it the most improbable first-round upset since the We Believe Warriors.
I remember them.
Since the We Believe Warriors.
It was Baron Davis, right?
Yes.
Baron Davis. Who else was on that team?
I think Monte Ellis was on that team. Matt Barnes, I believe, was on that team.
Maybe.
Steven Jackson was on that team. And the We Believe Warriors, I mean, NBA fans, you say We Believe Warriors, and everyone just knows what you're talking about. And the We Believe Warriors didn't go on to win the championship the same way that I don't think Minnesota's going to go on to win the NBA championship. But if you remember, the We Believe Warriors were the 8th seed, guys. And they were up against the 67-win Dallas Mavericks when Dirk Nowitzki won the league's MVP. And this is when Dirk, after they lost, Dirk disappeared. Went to Europe, went into the mountains, turned his phone off, and did not talk to anyone for months. Grew a beard. He was so depressed and distraught.
No, the next year, that's when Dirk ended up winning the championship, right? Because we had.
I don't know if it was the very next year. I think it was a couple years later. I think Dallas won in 2011. I want to say
2011.
Yeah, so there was years difference. Okay. But that was so stunning But I'm bringing it up because someone like Brian Windhorst is making this series a loss in which the Denver Nuggets guys were favored in every single game, and he is making this upset analogous to the We Believe Warriors upsetting the 67-win Dallas Mavericks almost 20 years ago. That's where he's going for the most recent comp because, of course, it's not just about being favored in every single game, which they were. It's not just about being a near 3-1 favorite over the Wolves, but they were. It's about who wasn't playing and who tapped out before the game ever started. So when it's no Ant-Man, no franchise player, no Dante DiVincenzo, their best knockdown three-point shooter, double-digit scorer, rotational guy, and then the leading scorer for the entire series 2 hours before the game, Ayo Dosunmu goes, I'm not playing. And then Kyle Anderson says, I'm sick, I'm also not playing. It can't happen.
See, the Wolves went out there with pretty much 6 guys.
Yep.
8 guys played, like 6 were in there the most. And they beat the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets were honestly, other than Aaron Gordon, they were healthy. They were really healthy. You had P-Watt. But you take away, you still had Jokic, that everybody is claiming like the greatest player to play the game. You still have Jamal Murray, Jokic's Robin, that has had a phenomenal year this year. And you mean to tell me just having those two on the court, you shouldn't win? You should have been able to dominate with just the 2-man game alone. And that wasn't the case. The Nuggets end up getting beat by the Minnesota Timberwolves, who were down so many guys that I'm sitting here saying, damn, it should be a cakewalk. And it wasn't the case.
No, it wasn't the case. And, the Nuggets have had a bit of a disjointed season. All right, we've talked for months and months about how bad their defense was. And we were told, well, we know we can flip a switch. That was the exact verbiage that Jamal Murray used in between the regular season and the postseason.
One of the leaders, right? One of the leaders of the team was telling us you could flip the switch.
And you want to know what? I heard Connor McDavid talking from the Oilers. I don't know if you saw him last night in the locker room. And I'm paraphrasing, but he had some version of, you just can't be average all year and then expect to be great. And not to say that the Nuggets were average comparatively to all 30 teams in the NBA, but the top half of the league, and the Nuggets had championship aspirations, from winning games at home, from games in the clutch, from beating winning teams. Yep. Like, there was so much defensively, obviously. Like, you can get by if you have the league's best offense and have the 10th best defense. You don't have to be like top 3 or top 5, but you can't be 27th. And last night, to watch, it was historic. Let me just say this. The fact that the Wolves won a clinching game and ended Denver's season without Ayo Dosunmu, the leading scorer in the series for the Wolves, Anthony Edwards, and Dosunmu, by the way, averaged 22 points in the series. Ant-Man averaged 19 a game in this series. DiVincenzo averaged 11 per game in this series. They're the first team in NBA history, guys, to win a playoff game while missing 3 or more players who averaged 10 points per game in that series. It had never happened until last night. And so it's just so dispiriting and discouraging that we thought this was going to be a championship caliber team. They don't get it to a game 7 in the freaking first round.
Z, blow it up, man. Blow it up. Blow it up. You cannot run this back with David Adelman, first-year head coach, that wasn't able to get past the first round, with Aaron Gordon, who, by the way, only played in 36 games in the regular season, and he was not available during majority of the postseason so far in the first round. All right, you have, I know you can't take everybody and blow everybody up, but you can blow some people up. You got Christian Brown's another one. He's just there. He might as well have sat there right with me, Z. Grabbed a beer and watched the game. They should have went out there with 4 players.
So here's the thing. I don't even disagree with you. Yes, major changes need to come, and we'll be talking about those major changes in dedicated and specific fashion here, probably starting as soon as next week, unfortunately. But Phil, and I'm not even giving you pushback, but there's context that needs to be added. It is very easy to say blow it up. It's very easy to tweet blow it up. But what does that actually look like?
Easy to come out my mouth right now. Blow it up, baby.
Right. And it sounds good, and we're frustrated. It's like, blow it up. Yes, I agree. Major changes need to happen. But what do you think Christian Brown would go for right now? I started asking this question earlier in the week, and this is how we'll finish the week. Someone tell me, present day, what Christian Brown does at a high level through an NBA lens, a plus NBA attribute. He can't create off the dribble. His handle is terrible. So he doesn't create. He doesn't create for himself. He doesn't create for others. He does not look like some lockdown defender that we thought he was trending to be, in the first portions of his career.
Nope. Doesn't play good defense right now.
He is not an explosive athlete, and you can chalk it up to the ankle, and that's fine, and I understand there's context there. He can't shoot the basketball. He's not a good shooter. Plays shooting guard, can't shoot it. I do not know, what he does at a plus NBA level, and he has, because you got to remember, he didn't sign a 3-year contract. He didn't sign a 4-year contract. He signed a 5-year, $125 million contract.
Come on,
which is already being labeled by people within the league as the worst contract in the NBA.
So you're in a superhuman league where every player on that court has some type of superpower. And right now, I can't sit here and tell you one superpower that CB has.
Dude.
What?
And here's what's crazy.
$125 million that has no superpower.
And here's what's crazy. CB used to play with his pants on fire.
Yes.
That's not what we've seen from Christian Brown. That's not what we've seen from him. And we'll get to the other guys. We're just stumbling upon him with the blow it up stuff. Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, blow it up.
His stock's never been lower. The guy hasn't played in 16 consecutive games since the title run. That was years ago. A player whose game is largely, if not largely, half of his game is based on and predicated on athleticism, and now he's into his 30s and can't stay healthy. What do you think you're getting for these guys? The problem is, if you wanted to unload these guys, you would need to attach picks. But the Nuggets have sent picks out left and right, and so they don't have assets.
Okay, Z, so if you're the general manager, and because we have two of them, right? We have two of them working together. What do you do?
Phil,
we can't run it back, so what would you do?
Phil, I feel almost like guilty going down this road today.
Okay, do you want to?
Because they just lost last night.
Yeah.
And I know the natural order of things is we want to reconstruct the roster. And that is the most normal response here. But there's pain coming. There's pain coming. Do you need to trade Jamal Murray? Because unlike those guys, now based on last night, it was
nobody will want that version of Jamal Murray.
And we're going to get to that in a second. But big picture, Jamal Murray over the last year, his stock is very much up. Now he's on a max deal.
Yeah.
See, part of the problem is here, guys, is that in today's current construct of the NBA, with the aprons and the restrictive nature of all this stuff, whether you're talking about repeater taxes, first aprons, second aprons, luxury taxes, all that stuff, but specifically the new aprons in the CBA, it punishes mistakes. It punishes them.
But you know what, as it should, right? These are big boy decisions that you're making. And you really need to sit down, have the right guys around you to make these decisions, because it can affect you long term, like it seems like it's getting ready to do the Denver Nuggets. Because you just laid out, who are we going to get if we decide to try to trade AG? Are we going to get anything in return? CB, nobody wants CB right now. My man does not have a superpower. He is just there. And yet you have Jokic, who's getting ready to turn 32 years old. He's still in his prime. I would like to think that we have a chance still, but I don't know. It's looking like the door, the window, whatever you want to call it right now, is shut. Door is slammed. No championship is coming back here to Denver. That's what it feels like right now.
That is what it feels like right now. I'm not even going to give you pushback. And someone out there can say it's doom, it's gloom, you're being negative.
Mike,
I think
please.
I think you just now are acknowledging the current state of this franchise. Depleted assets, max players, and big boy contracts that are either unavailable or swings and misses. I mean, think about this. You could be moving forward with an Aaron Gordon contract that is largely poisonous. And we love AG, but we're just acknowledging the facts.
This is sports. You slow down at some point in your life.
Christian Brown's contract could prove to be poisonous. I mean, if you want to go there, you can talk about Jamal Murray's impact and what it hasn't been here. And I know he had a great regular season, and that's the cruel irony of the thing with Jamal. We'll get to him in just a second. But like when you have contracts that are this bad, the way to get out from underneath them is to attach assets on their way out the door that will get other organizations to agree. Part of the reason why Brooklyn did the deal last year for Michael Porter Jr. Now, it was nice that the Nuggets got Cam Johnson in return.
Yeah.
But to get off that contract, you had to attach a first-round pick. And so you've traded so many of these first-round picks, like the intersection of some bad contracts with no assets, with aging players.
No developmental players behind these aging players, by the way.
Not really.
Not
really.
Who this year feels like you took a next step other than Payton Watson, who, by the way, we may not be able to pay. So you developed this player for all these years just to let him go to, let's just say, the Lakers.
Yeah, you would want it to be Peyton Watson. You would want it to be Christian Brown. You would want it to be Deron Holmes. You would want it to be Julian Strother. But that's not the case. It's just not. And so the ramifications of this could be incredibly damaging, big picture, long term. And if you want to say, because here's the thing, you want to say right now the Denver Nuggets are no longer a contender for an NBA championship, you'd actually be agreeing with the franchise player.
Where do you feel like this team is, in that bigger picture? And and how far away or not far away do you feel like you guys are from being, a championship contender?
I mean, we just lost in the first round, so I think we are far away.
It's not that hard of a story to follow.
They are far away, Z. They're aging. They looked old out there.
They did.
They don't have athletic ability. They don't play good defense. And hell, Z, their shot was never on. Throughout the series, their shot was never on. Maybe Jamal for game one, but after that, he kind of fizzled out. So to me, it's like you have this team that you paid all these aging players and a guy named Christian Brown who doesn't have a superpower. And now this is who you're going to have to run with for the next couple years. By that time, when you can get rid of someone like Aaron Gordon or maybe trade CB, Jokic is going to be, what, 34? 34 years old? Man, Z.
And here's the thing. They won the championship in 2023. The next time they'll have an opportunity to compete for a championship, it'll be 2027. Time moves on. It waits for no one. And I have to read this text, this RamosLaw.com text, 303-713-1043. But first, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX. Woo! Man, I have to read this. And guys, put your name on it. We'll give you a shout-out. 1985 there on the RamosLaw.com text line. You guys need to chill. It's possible to have a down year. Dude, are you paying attention, my man? And I appreciate you listening to the show, no doubt, and I appreciate you interacting and texting in.
Yeah,
but are you paying attention? A down year. My guy, the Nuggets, following a championship. We thought we were in store for a potential dynasty, and the Nuggets haven't won a championship since then. The Nuggets haven't been back to the NBA Finals since then. The Nuggets haven't been back to the Western Conference Finals since then. So, look, we are meeting the moment here with our tone. You just got upset in one of the most dramatic first-round upsets. Statistically, by the odds, the third biggest upset since 2014, which is over a decade. Brian Windhorst says it's the most shocking upset since 2007. That guy knows the history of this sport and all the context, because it's not just about what the odds were before the series. The Denver Nuggets were favored in every single game of this series. And so it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
And tell me this, Z. When you look to the left and right of you, you got the Thunder, who are young, and they're only going to get better. And they have a lottery pick, by the way.
Correct.
And you take to the other side, and you got the Spurs that are young and have a bunch of assets as well, but also the young players are doing some really good things, and they play great defense. And you have the Denver Nuggets that are all they're doing is aging.
And then you're not even acknowledging Luka Doncic just got traded to the Lakers. You don't think the Lakers are going to be back?
Exactly.
When people want to go there and play there?
They're going to build around Luka.
And so, look, it's time waits for no one. With every passing year, that window closes another inch. And I'm not sure I could crawl through it at this point, with the rapid nature of the window closing. And what was so painfully ironic last night specifically, but really in the series, in general as a whole, we asked Jamal Murray to step his game up, to be more professional, to be more dedicated, to fulfill his potential. And the guy went out and had the best year he's ever had. Career high from field goal percentage, career high from three, career high at the free throw line, career high in rebounds, career high in assists. The guy has never played better. And then when the season was on the line, I don't think I've ever seen Jamal Murray come up smaller than he did. And this is coming from someone who watched him a year ago go 6 for 16 in Game 7 and go for 13 points. This time around, in a closeout game, he took more shots than that, made less, and scored less in a game that you had to have. And it was such a, Phil, before the season ever started, you said, what are a couple things that would hold this team back? Because I was super bullish on Denver. Super bullish. Like almost like the championship year bullish.
They did everything we wanted them to do. Got some depth players, the Tim Hardaway Jr., JV. You bring in Cam Johnson. You were hoping that AG was going to be healthy this year. You're hoping you're getting a better version of Jamal, which we did. And then, of course, at the time, we were saying greatest player to play the game in Jokic. Notice I said at the time, because we'll have the conversation about Jokic in a little while.
Yeah, but you said, okay, Zach, you're super bullish on the Nuggets. You think they're going to win the championship. What would be something that would hold them back?
Yeah.
And I mentioned two things specifically. David Adelman, who's never done the job before, and the athleticism. I was bothered by the aging nature of this group. And this is why I felt Payton Watson represented something so different for this group, because the Wolves have guys that look and run around and jump like Payton Watson. And when you watch Jamal Murray.
They got like 5 of them.
They do. And when you watch Jamal Murray try to get open, forget making and missing shots, they had him in handcuffs. And for the last couple years, it's like, well, Ant-Man is really the one that's the thorn in his side. And then it's like, but also it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Mm-hmm.
He can't get loose from him. And then in crunch time, Ant takes over and really, puts bracelets on him. And Nickeil Alexander, he left.
He went to the Hawks.
He's an ascending player, and I'm like, okay, they're not as good without him. And the way that he used to navigate screens and really lock them all down, it's like, okay, he's gone, thank goodness. And then Ant-Man gets hurt. It's like, there's going to be no one. And then to see what Jaden McDaniels did to Jamal Murray, he wore that man's skin again. And here's the other thing, Phil. This was even more bothersome. Jalen Clark comes off the bench, and he was guarding Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray couldn't do a damn thing.
Hey, Jalen Clark can play some defense, man.
Yes.
I was surprised. I was like, oh, this dude means business.
So, like, in this matchup against Minnesota, we've seen Jamal Murray get completely swallowed up by Anthony Edwards, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Okay, those guys are gone. And then it's Jaden McDaniels. Okay, he gets switched off him, and now it's Jalen Clark. It's like Jamal, like, he could not be, like, not even close to effective. And I just think it's painfully ironic that guy did everything that we've asked him to do, and then in the biggest moment of the season to play arguably the worst game with stakes that Jamal Murray has ever played in as a Nugget is just hard to reconcile.
You brought this up earlier, man. Like, he got locked up so bad. He was in handcuffs. He was in prison. It looked like the man was crying.
It did.
Now, I don't know if he was or not. Maybe he got hit in his nose, he teared up, or maybe he was just getting locked down by Jaden McDaniels, that he was truly crying and frustrated because my man couldn't get away from him.
So you saw that too, right?
Oh, I saw it.
So
they held that camera there for 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, and he looked so distraught. He looked like Cam Johnson did in the locker room. I forget what game of the year it was. It might have been against these Wolves, but there was a point in the season where Cam Johnson was struggling and the fan base was just killing him. And he had a game where I think he scored like 1 point. I think it was like 1 or 2 points. No. I remember.
Is it coming back?
0 points.
Oh, you're right.
You want to know who it was against?
Who?
The Timberwolves. And he looked like he was going to cry in the locker room. Cam Johnson, I'm talking about.
I thought he did cry.
He was talking to Vic. Yeah, he was on the verge of tears. So think about the cruel irony here. You have one guy in Jamal Murray who finally answers the bell after nearly a decade to do everything that is required to be great, and he comes up small, the smallest we've ever seen in the biggest moment of the year. And Cam Johnson, who is maybe the most maligned Denver Nugget all season, that's the guy who had his Timberland boots on ready to work. Make him Red Wings. He had his Red Wings on. His Red Wing boots.
Make him Red
Steel
Wings.
toe. Like, that man was ready to work. Like, how good was Cam Johnson last night?
I mean, my man was ready. He was ready, and that's what we asked. We said, hey, if Cam comes out with the professional approach, it comes out firing like he did in Game 5, we're going to be just fine, because we all thought Jamal Murray was going to do his part and at least score his 25 points. Jokic was going to do his part, and we needed one more guy, and it wasn't going to be AG. I thought AG was going to play. You were right, Z. I was going to bet you, and I'm glad I didn't. AG doesn't play, but Cam Johnson was that guy that you were looking for, and he did more than Jamal Murray.
Yep.
I mean,
it wasn't even close.
Z,
it might have been Cam Johnson's best game of the year in a gotta-have-it moment.
To me, I can't sit here next year for a full year. 84 games, Z, we're in the trenches again. I feel worn out.
82.
82, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It felt like 83. I feel worn out. Right? I like just watching every single game, and this season has been, ups and downs with the injuries, and then they went on some runs. And Jamal Murray has been the best version of himself. But then you get to the postseason, and he looks like this.
I know.
We can't go with this again for another year. So, yeah, we've been talking about it, and I say blow it up, and you say, Phil, we can't blow it up. We can't blow it up because
Well, I
nobody's
didn't say that.
Well, it's hard to blow
Some
it up
of those
because of
pieces,
AG and CB.
the stock is so low, you're going to get pennies on the dollar.
But who did you say we could trade?
Jamal
Murray. And nobody wants to hear me saying that. But at some point, it's going to hurt that we have to say it and move on. But maybe we need to move on from Jamal Murray if he can't come up big when we need him the most. Jokic is getting older. Jamal is getting older. The window seems to be shut. I feel like it is already shut because everybody is older. You're not going to get a better version of AG because he's getting older. And CB doesn't have a bag of tricks. He has no superpower. So what else do you have to rely on? You're going to have to give up someone like Jamal Murray to get this going again. Trade Jamal Murray. Give me Jay McDaniels. I'll take him.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. The only reason that Nuggets fans don't like Jaden McDaniels is because he doesn't play in Denver. That dude is a dog.
Straight dog.
Dog. And he goes for, by the way, in a closeout game, because we talked about this yesterday, you're going to ask those Timberwolves players to do something they've never done and be like a forward-facing scorer on a team that's trying to close out a former champion. Look at how Jaden McDaniels responded. Career high. Are you kidding me? So think about that. He's dogging. He's in Jamal's shorts on that end of the floor and coming back. What he was doing as an isolated scorer, just creating his own offense and ones getting to the bucket, like, come on. But here's the thing with Jamal too, specifically. He said something after the game that bothered me just as much as the game I was watching for 2.5 hours. Listen to this.
Well, if you saw the interviews, all of them were excited to play us. They got up to play us. They enjoyed playing us, and we have to match that. We have to feel the same way about them, and I'm sure we will next year. So they took this matchup, could say, kind of personal, and wanted it really bad, and we got to want it more. And I got respect for those guys. They play hard, they played physical, and they beat us.
Like, they took it personal? Like, they get up for it? Like, Jamal, they knocked you out of the postseason when you were trying to go for a back-to-back championship. You were throwing the heat pad on the floor in Game 5 and not speaking to the media. This is someone who, Jaden McDaniels is telling that he's coming at your throat. He's saying your government name into a microphone after Game 2. Like, when are, you going to acknowledge, this is your rival?
And this ain't a rival, Z. Because if it's a rivalry, you're going back and forth. You got to win. The Nuggets can't beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dude, until the Minnesota Timberwolves are defeated by the Denver Nuggets, this can't be a rivalry anymore. The Minnesota Timberwolves don't look at it as a rivalry. They just beat the Denver Nuggets' ass without their star players. All right, DiVincenzo, their best three-point shooter. All right, Ayo, who was their third best scorer, and he wasn't playing. And a guy that was coming off the bench because he was ill. The Denver Nuggets couldn't beat them. There is no rivalry. The Denver Nuggets just take it. And you said it earlier. The Denver Nuggets are holding the Minnesota Timberwolves' pockets. That's it. Man, when Minnesota comes to town, the Denver Nuggets call them daddy. And that sucks.
It was the rubber match. That's what this was. Think about this. I couldn't believe he said that. Because it was just a couple years ago, they went and won the championship. In the year that they won, in interviews, they said it was Minnesota who was the toughest series. So Minnesota is the toughest series on your way to a championship. In the year you tried to repeat, they came back from 20 points on your home floor for the largest Game 7 comeback in the history of the sport. You were so irate you were throwing stuff on the floor and leaving the arena before you spoke with the media. And then they're calling you out by name in the rubber match series after Game 2. Not on a podcast after the series was over. In the middle, smack dab in the middle of the series after Game 2. I could not believe he said this.
Well, if you saw the interviews, all of them were excited to play us. They got up to play us.
Why are you not excited to play them? I don't get it.
They are excited to play us. Why would they be excited to play you guys anymore? They're dominating you. You're in their way. You're in their way. And that's not how you guys feel about it. You guys should have been pissed off that you guys were even in this situation where you have to play the Wolves and you weren't sitting there at 1 or 2 because that's where you used to be sitting. You used to be sitting at the top of the castle of the kingdom. You were the number 1 seed and you're not there anymore. You were fighting and you fought to get to the 3 seed just to get your ass handed to you by the 6 seed. Make that make sense, man.
It's crazy, man. They were favored in every single game that they played. And here's the fact, Jack. Since the championship run, the Denver Nuggets are 16-16 in the postseason. 16-16. That's who they are. That's who they've been. This is a 3-year sample size. And and we're kind of like sorting through the emotions today. Man, I got to tell you, I'm
just angry, man. I truly am mad that the Denver Nuggets decided to pull this on us. Like, as fans, like, we believe in this team and we put all the effort in, and yet we're done. We don't get to talk about the Denver Nuggets anymore for the rest of the year. Crazy.
It is crazy, and man, if I'm being real in this moment, in this specific moment, because last night I was really upset. The amount of times that I said this is crazy out loud, and I'm watching it with my wife, and we let my son stay up till halftime in a way that we normally don't because our in-laws are in town. My mother and father-in-law are in town, and I'm like distraught, damn near. Distraught's too strong of a word, but whatever, like the second cousin of that is, to the point where like it's after the game and like my in-laws are going to bed. They're like literally like patting me on the shoulder, like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I'm going to be fine. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I need to say this.
Yeah.
When I first got to Denver in 2017, you could go to a Nuggets game, sit in the lower bowl for $25. Okay. And I was so excited to talk about basketball. And my program director at the time, he said, hey, bud, he said, it's a recipe to lose in the ratings. That's what he told me. And at the time, fairly, he was right because I refused to accept it, and he pointed me to the evidence. And that was the factors at the time. And I could not reconcile that I moved to an NBA market, got my dream as a basketball guy, and couldn't talk Nuggets basketball. So I started the first podcast we ever had at the station in 2017. It was called Mile High Hoops Podcast.
You and Earl Boykins, correct?
It was me and Earl Boykins.
Okay.
Yep. And I was trying to convince people at the time, especially here at the station at the time, I was like, this Nuggets team, guys, they're coming. There's something forming here. And they used to get made fun of. The Nuggets would get made fun of, you know? Yeah. And they became, I used the analogy years ago, they became the high school garage band who just stuck together and were creative and kept on making music, and they made it big. And it was so organic. The way that the Nuggets built their team, it was so organic. It was NBA's version of farm to table, where your second best player is a second round Euro. Or your first best player is a second round Euro, and your second best player is, this Canadian guard, and it's draft and it's developed, and it was so organic. It was Gary Harris and Will Barton, but then they became champions, and it's like it was so special to see them cross the finish line. There was a uniqueness. For years they were the anti-NBA team, I'd call them, and there was a specialness to them, man. And it's just the specialness. It's gone.
It's not there anymore.
It's gone, and there's a bit of, if just be real and tell you how I'm feeling when I'm not in moments of anger, it's moments of sadness because it does feel over. This iteration of the Denver Nuggets, it's over. And last year, I witnessed the death of their culture. And this year, I watched that body of culture decompose. And now it's just crystal clear to me that this is not a group that's ever going to win again. And they haven't come close to winning again since they won it all. And it's just it's disappointing.
It's very sad.
Disappointing.
I mean, you've been on this ride at the start of all this, and you've seen these players grow up, and now these players have grown up. They won the championship, but you were expecting more because you feel like, and we feel like, and fans feel like they deserve more, and they just couldn't get over the hump for that second championship to help Jokic, to help even for Jamal Murray. And then you look at it now, and it's like, what do? You don't want to break the band up, but at some point you're going to have to. You have no choice. You're going to have to make tough decisions. And giving up somebody you don't want to give up. And Z, I don't want to give up Jokic, so somebody else is going to have to go before Jokic.
Every single person on the roster should be under review.
Yes. But when you say every single person, we used to say something like that. you had Jokic out of it. Is it still like that for you? Every single person except for Jokic?
It is for me. Jokic is still protected for sure because –
and he's going to get paid a time contract here.
Yes.
Extension.
Yes. And he was asked about that. He was asked about that last night.
You've said you want to spend the rest of your career with the Nuggets. Has anything about this season changed that outlook with your extension looming this offseason?
I still want to be Nuggets forever.
Is it safe to assume you will plan to sign that extension then when they offer it to you?
I still want to be Nuggets forever.
Luckily, Nuggets Nation has a unique superstar in Nikola Jokic. Milwaukee thought they had a unique superstar in Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
And we heard our buddy Jake say, hey, the Nuggets are getting closer to the Bucks. The only difference right now between Jokic, an all-time great, and Giannis, an all-time great, is personality. But Giannis kept on committing, and got to a certain point where it's no longer going to work, and then it's fractured relationship with the organization, and then it turns toxic. That's where that is over there. That's not where this is here.
Not yet.
But I'll say this. I need to say this. Jokic remaining in Denver with the information that I have now, and I always reserve the right to change my mind with more information, but with the information and outlook that I have now, with all the principles involved here, Jokic staying in Denver is best for the Denver Nuggets, but I do not believe it's best for Nikola Jokic if his intent is to win as much as possible.
Damn, that hurts right there.
And here's the thing, Jokic, if he never wins it again, he's Dirk. Dirk's a legend.
Yeah, yes.
You brought a championship to Dallas.
Jokic don't get to sit at the big boy table.
Nope.
You don't get to go through those gates.
Nope. No one in the history of NBA basketball is discussed among the greatest of all time like we want to discuss Jokic that only has one ring. No one. It's Larry. It's Magic. It's Kareem. It's LeBron. It's Kobe. It's Jordan. Every single one of them. Even Olajuwon has 2. But all those guys, you think, like, offhand, I think Kareem has 5, Magic has 4, Bird has 3, Kobe has 5, Shaq has 4.
They make it look so easy.
Duncan has 5. You have to. So, again, Jokic staying in Denver, it's best for the Nuggets. I just don't think with the information that I have now that it's actually best for Jokic.
See, and if you're a radio guy saying this, then what do you think his agent is saying? When this is all said and done, and you have time to sit back, go to Serbia, and have a beer and just talk about what do you want next out of you being here in Denver or a championship, and what matters more to you at your age when you're aging. As you know, Jokic, where now I don't believe I can see. I'm not going to sit here and call him the greatest player to play the game right now because I don't feel that way. And you said it earlier, and you put it there, and I agree with you. And this is why I said is, you don't get knocked out of the first round if you're the greatest player to ever play the game. Michael Jordan would never do that. Kobe Bryant, you said it happened one time as he was aging.
Magic, it happened one time.
Magic, but for the longest, that's what we have been calling Jokic.
Yeah.
And after seeing him struggle like he did, and it just didn't look the same, I'm not going to sit there and say he's the greatest player to play the game, because in my eyes, a greatest player that plays the game, they do a great job both ways too, of the other side of the court, right? Not just offensively, but defensively too. They give you effort. Jokic showed no effort throughout the series to play any kind of defense.
Yeah, and I want to acknowledge this as well, okay? Those players that I mentioned, the Larrys, the Magics, the Kareems, the Shaqs, the Kobes, the Duncans, the LeBrons, the Wades, they all had Hall of Fame teammates.
Yeah.
And that deserves to be part of this conversation too. And they, a lot of them, most of them had Hall of Fame coaches as well.
There you go.
Which brings us to David Adelman. And we'll discuss his ass next.
The second round is set, and the star power is undeniable. The Avalanche finally has its answer. The Minnesota Wild. For the fourth time in playoff history, the Avs and Wild, with the spotlight blazing. Nathan McKinnon's speed and force against Kirill Kaprizov's style and swagger. A superstar matchup on the blue line with Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes. Superstars rivalry, Avs, Wild. Round 2, coming soon. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
What is going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And if that's the case, which it should be at some point in your life, then you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or hey, finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's all going to begin for you. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secret to the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and, of course, the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you'll actually won't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issue before you even notice them. It's like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats, all with our best equipment and no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up, your internet stays sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. 5 years, same price, lock-in reliable, fiber-powered gig Wi-Fi for effortless streaming. Plus, get Disney, Hulu Bundle, Peacock Premium included on us. To get started, call, visit Xfinity.com, or drop into an Xfinity store. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Peacock Premium included for 3 years. Programming subject to change in availability. Actual speeds may vary. Xfinity Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial cable.
You're hearing this right now. So are your customers. That's radio. It still works. But your customers don't live in one place anymore. Tonight, they're streaming Denver's biggest game on their TV. Tomorrow, they're deep in the most popular podcast in the country. Next week, all three, all over again. We built one campaign that reaches them everywhere. Radio, streaming TV, podcasts, all under one roof. All measured, all working together. That's not a pitch. That's a system. DenverSports.com. Let's build yours.
Cecil Lammy here for my friends at SodaDietNutrition.com. Now, 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds because of soda, and I'm never going back. I've never gained the weight back. I never will, because SodaDietNutrition.com, they taught me how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. It's simply magnificent. I want you to call them up, 866-800-SODA, where you can join Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Soda weight loss is now SodaDietNutrition.com, and you've got to have these guys on your side, because the weight loss journey, it can be tough. There can be struggles. Having a real nutritionist there available via text to help you out with any sort of questions, concerns, sometimes it's just straight up encouragement. It's SodaDietNutrition.com, and there's no mystery pills, mystery injections, any mystery chemicals you're putting in your body. You're doing it the right way. Learn how. Join the program. SodaDietNutrition.com, 866-800-SODA, because SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Sunday night on The Fan. Texas faces Detroit in baseball action starting at 5.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, as we continue to navigate through our emotions here on a Friday, on the day after the Denver Nuggets had their season end to the hands of the depleted Minnesota Timberwolves. And it's hard to watch. It's hard to understand. It almost is impossible to reconcile. But there's just so many layers to how Denver got here. And I do want to talk about David Adelman here, but before I do, I have to get this thought out of my head because I fear I'm going to forget it. The first step to this happening, the first step, you have to go back to 2022. When Josh Kroenke made the decision to not pay Tim Connolly what he was worth, and viewing the front office as interchangeable parts was a massive, unfortunately, organizational defining moment. That guy took a lateral role in Minnesota because they agreed to pay him what Tim Connolly believed he was worth. And then that guy, 4 years later, 2 years later in 2024, and then again here in 2026, knocks you out of the postseason when you have championship aspirations. It is one of the cruelest ripple effects in the history of Denver sports. That guy, Tim Connolly, is a genius.
Z, why can't we get Tim Connolly back? Why can't we just throw as much money as possible and not be cheap? Do you think he would ever come back if we paid him the right amount of money, Z?
I just think it's like you sound like me when I'm 8 and I'm hoping my parents get back together after divorcing. It's just like, it could happen. Like in an idealistic world, they come back together.
To happen.
But man, and Josh said all the right stuff, but he was pissed that Tim Connolly took that job and
didn't pay the man.
I know. But I remember the press conference like it was yesterday. I was sitting doing a show at the what's that bar right across the street from Coors Field? The big one. The Tavern, is it?
Jackson's?
Not Jackson's. Oh no, it was Jackson's. I was in the back. They have that turfed area and whatnot out there.
Yeah, that's Jackson's.
Is it Jackson's? No. Anyway, I'm forgetting it.
It's not View House.
View House. Yes, I was at View House.
My old stumping grounds over there in downtown Denver.
Yes, I was at View House, and we were doing a show there, and we took the press conference live because it was so rare. And I remember Josh saying something to the effect of, and you can go back and look at this. He said, once people get, a certain amount of money in front of them, it's hard to get it out of their head. And it's like, well, hold on a second. There's an organization that wants to pay him more to do the same job that he's doing here in Denver. And the fact that he went and did it at such a high level and defeated what he created, and people called him crazy. He traded 4 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert. People called him psychotic. And who knows, they may never win a championship, but they sure as hell have the Nuggets number.
Yeah, they're going to beat the Nuggets every year.
So that, in my humble opinion, is the first step to how we got to this moment. The Adelman stuff.
Yeah.
Where are you at with David Adelman?
I mean, just like anybody else, very frustrated with David Adelman. I don't like what he has done to the media, to be quite frank with you, man, being snippety with us. All right, being upset because we're doing our job and we're asking tough questions. And actually, it looks like he takes that and he goes to his team and he gives that same energy to them, and then they go to the court and get their asses kicked and have no fight. Because that's what it looks like with David Adelman. He has no fight. He has no awareness to understand that it's not just about the X's and O's, all right, and being the smartest guy in the gym. It's also about making sure your team is tough and understanding that your team needs to be able to play both sides of the court, defense and offense. And for David Adelman, man, you're a young coach that has had a great opportunity in front of you with a great player in Jokic, and you let that slip away. I don't believe David Adelman is going to be here as the head coach of the Denver Nuggets moving forward, because you still have Jokic. You still have hope that Jokic and whoever else is with Jokic can win a championship for the Denver Nuggets. It's not going to be with David Adelman. He's had his opportunity, and he did not do enough with the opportunity. You get knocked out in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves, who was a 6 seed? Give me a break. Give me a break, Z. What about you, man?
Well, I couldn't be more down on David Adelman.
But Z, you've never been up on the man.
Never.
You were the first person, right? Even I had a little bit more hope for David Adelman. Give it a try. But you were the first person to sit here and say, dude, I don't like it.
No. And that was before the hiring. That was after the hiring. They said they used a search. How come the names never came out from the search? Ever. And I'll tell you, if I'm a part of the coaching search and I'm an up and coming young coach, my agent's putting that out there that I'm interviewing for the Nuggets job. We never heard names. Still, to this day, there was no search. There was no search. And they entrusted the most important era of Nuggets basketball to someone that had never done the job before. And boy, did that bear fruit over and over again. And I made the analogy 6 months ago that I picked back up this week. I know he was an interim head coach and did a fine job in an interim role. But just because I asked someone to watch my kids for 5 minutes at the park because I forgot something in the car does not mean I asked them to watch my children in my home over a 3-day weekend when I'm gone. Those are two different things. Leading an interim charge in the postseason and doing a fine job is different than being the steward of the second half of Jokic's prime. Those two things are not the same. And so, yeah, I mean, you talk about like Adelman is the coach not because he's a great motivator, not because he's a great leader, but because he's like this technician of offense. How'd the offense look here in the postseason? First round, every game that Jokic played in this season, the Nuggets scored at least 100 points. They failed to reach 100 3 of the 6 games in the series, and never was something done where it was like, whoa, look at that, look at that clever move. Look at that ATO. Look at this different, matchup that he like.
Look at the inbound play,
dude.
There was no inbounds plays
from the challenges in the first quarter of Game 1 out of emotion and on. It was a horrible series for David Adelman. It just was, And I'm not saying David Adelman is a bad guy by any means. We are criticizing the performance, okay?
He's just not the right coach for the Denver Nuggets and for Jokic if you're trying to win a championship.
Nope. And I'll continue to ask, if the Nuggets fired David Adelman today, would any other NBA team want to switch spots, free of charge, just switch spots with the coach that they have in order to hire David Adelman? The answer is no. Here was Adelman after the game, how he views himself.
Very disappointing end of the season. I'm the head coach. I take responsibility for things that didn't go well here. And I think more importantly, as a group, unified, how can we come back next year and be better as a staff, as a team? You look at everything, the training staff, how we communicate, all those things matter, to find the best formula possible to move forward.
I thought it was interesting that he said, we'll look at everything, the training staff. That was the first thing that came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Here is more from Adelman, how he deals with the criticism that has come his way.
Self-criticism to me is what matters. And the people I work with and work for, their opinions, because they're there, they're behind closed doors. They understand what the flow of the season was and what the feelings are. You can write many things, but if you're not there every day and see it, it's hard to know exactly what's going on with our group. And so I think there's those conversations, self-assessment, all those things are positives. And look, this is what this job is. It's a public job. It's an NBA team, a great NBA team. The fan base, the city, they want to win just like we do. It's communal. And in communal things, there's emotions and there's ups and downs.
Well, this is a big down. This is a big down.
This might be the biggest downer of a year I've been a part of, even with the Broncos doing their thing and losing in the AFC Championship. Like, we know Bo wasn't going to play, so it was like, hey, they don't have a chance, but we're going to hope. Here with the Denver Nuggets, before the season even started with the Nuggets and Avs, it was championship or bust. We know the Avs are handling business right now. They have a different approach. The Denver Nuggets, they're sitting at home with us now and after round one. That's insane. David Adelman, I know you're sitting there saying, well, the guys in the building know, and the boss knows. But I'll tell you what, you have your superstar Jokic who has to sign an extension. They're getting ready to ask Jokic, do they want you back?
Right.
Does he want you back? Because they're going to do anything they can to make sure that man signs pen to paper that he's going to be a Denver Nugget. And if Jokic doesn't want David Adelman back, David Adelman's not coming back. It's crazy, man.
Well, he was asked about, do changes need to be made? We'll play Jokic's response. Also, we may have just learned here in real time the schedule for the Avalanche over the weekend. We'll get to it next.
With Bo Nix having to get more work done on his injured ankle, could that spell future problems for the Broncos QB?
No one is going to want to hear what I have to say, but this will not be the last time. I'm just telling you.
With the ankle?
With an ankle issue with Bo Nix. I'm telling you on Wednesday, April 29th. It's not because it brings me joy or glee. It's not because I want to, but based on the evidence that I have. I hope I'm wrong, but I said I was really concerned about this after it happened and derailed the trip to the Super Bowl, and he's got another surgery on the ankle before he plays a down after that latest ankle injury.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to the fellas as you head into the weekend. The weekend is oftentimes a place where, you leave the stress of work at work and you let your hair down and get intimate with your partner. Guys, intimacy matters. But when erectile dysfunction gets in the way, it can feel frustrating, embarrassing, even isolating, all right? The truth is, most men do not have to live with ED anymore. And you may be surprised by how the right treatment can improve your love life. Guys, I'm talking about success rates at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, well over 90%. Think about that. Over 90%. They've served the Front Range for nearly a decade. They're not new. All right, they've successfully treated tens of thousands of men just like you, so I hate to break it to you. You're not that special. ED is actually pretty common. Your initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. It's real simple. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. So call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always, always
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications the top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Ever since you were a small child, you dreamed of making a difference. A difference in your own life, a difference in the lives of others. And look what's happened. My name is Glenn Jamrock. I'm president of Alpine Bank, member FDIC. Every day, in countless ways, you're making a difference. It all starts with caring. You're kind. You care about others. You do what you can to make this, your home, better. And as you do, Alpine watches and learns. You've taught Alpine Bank that when we care, amazing things happen. People seem to smile more. People take joy in the smallest things. People take pride in who they are and how they too are making a difference. Kindness is powerful stuff. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
What's up, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and summer is already here. Tee times, perfect drives, and enjoying the greens with your family and friends. But if joint pain is holding you back, keeping you off the golf course, discover natural pain-free relief with Regen RX. Their shockwave, stem cell, and PRP therapy could be the key to reclaiming your swing and active golfing life. No surgery, no downtime, and no risk. Right now, they're offering a limited number of consultations. Text PAIN to 303-630-9770 to see if you're a candidate. Don't wait any longer. Go see my friends at Regen RX right now.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is ball. B-A-L-L. Text BALL to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's BALL to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Friday. Man, what a day. There's once in a while, there's a day like today that's just really unique. Sometimes they're really unique for all the right reasons. Sometimes they're really unique for the wrong reasons, and that's where we're at here today. I want to apologize. Going into the last break, I said I think we have some clarity on the Avs weekend. We really don't. I mean, technically we do, but if I were to read it, I mean, I can, but it is confusing. It's really confusing. And so apologies on that. I mean, I suppose I can. So the Avs and the Wild will start on Sunday if Buffalo, Montreal, and Vegas all win tonight, or Boston wins, Tampa and Utah both lose tonight, or Tampa wins, Boston and Utah both lose tonight.
See, you already lost me.
It will not start on Sunday if Utah wins tonight, or Utah loses, but Boston and Tampa both win. It's just it's convoluted. It's convoluted.
So no matter what, there's going to be a game played either Sunday or Monday.
That's right. That's your update.
That's your update.
Sunday or Monday. Jokic. Speaking last night after the game, all right, asked about what changes need to be made.
I mean, that's not for me, my decision, to be honest. Definitely, if you're in Serbia, we will all get fired.
Now, I think that's a bit of a hint on Jokic's outlook.
Mm-hmm.
He's never, that's the same response every year. He's never going to feed into it. Yeah, I think changes need to be made, but, I'll let them. He's never going to say. He always says that's not my job. But the fact that he just said, but I know in Serbia, everyone gets fired. That's a bit of a view into his frame of reference in Serbia, what should probably be happening here.
That people are going to be fired.
It's a guess. And again, he's never going to advocate for people to be fired, but I think it's a peek into his mindset that people probably should be fired.
I mean, if you're Jokic, you have to do something about this for yourself now. All right, you have to be a little bit more selfish because you're 31 years old. You'll be 32. If you want something done, you're going to have to tell them what you want done. And also, you hold all the power. You don't have to sign that contract, that extension. All right, the $293 million.
It's something like that. Yeah, it's close to $3.
Yeah, almost $300 million. Give me that contract. So if they're going to give you that contract, they want to know your opinion on what's going on, and you're going to have to be honest. David Adelman, I don't know if he's in the
good
Jokic
graces.
Yeah, I don't think Jokic is liking that too much. They need a leader.
Well, they definitely do. Jokic was asked about DA last night, and he said, no, DA, he didn't do anything wrong. We were the ones who couldn't rebound. We were the ones who were turning it over. Again, Jokic is always going to say that. He is never going to lay it at the feet of the coach, ever. He was brutally honest when asked about being a true contender.
Where do you feel like this team is, in that bigger picture, and how far away or not far away do you feel like you guys are from being, a championship contender?
I mean, we just lost in the first round, so I think we are far away.
Simple.
Pretty straightforward.
We're far away.
Pretty straightforward, man. Jamal came up as small as we had ever seen him. That was hard to watch. Adelman was hard to watch. Christian Brown was hard to watch. Tip of the cap to Cam Johnson, Nikola Jokic. I thought those were the two guys. Man, my X factor was Bruce Brown. Holy moly. That was brutal to watch. The whole thing was hard, man. You lose by double figures, and you lose in the first round, and you were favored in every single game. That's brutal. Phil, we're not going to see you for a while, so have some good time off.
Appreciate that, man. A little vacation time with the fam.
Yep, enjoy it. Everyone have a great weekend. Be kind to one another this weekend. We'll be back on Monday at 2 o'clock. But for now, it's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
The Avalanche, the Wild. Round 2. This is where the real battle begins. Score! Every game gets bigger. Every hit gets harder. Every moment matters more. Our guys are in the locker room. Our shows are locked in on every matchup, every adjustment, and every shift in momentum. On your morning commute, on your lunch break, on your drive home. Our shows have you covered from puck drop to final buzzer and everything in between. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the